fucking A. Oh, hold on. Let me plug in my mic. Going in on these motherfuckers today. Yo, salute to everybody, man. Well, ain't nobody here just yet, but we getting started though, man. Yo, we got Carlos Mendoza in the chat. He said salute, Dozer. Shout out my guy Carlos Mendoza, man. Um, man, I'm happy that you're here, Carlos. Shout out Carlos though, for real. Always supporting, always in the chat, man. Good brother, man. You a good one, man. Definitely. Yo, the Jedi, what's up, bro? Salute to the Jedi, man. One of the OGs in the game. Much respect to the Jedi. I'm sorry, brother. I cannot pronounce your name, but salute. Manos, I like Manos. I don't even know. I know that. I know the last part means dynamite. I know that, but because that was Marquez's last name. I mean, nickname. Sorry. Yo, Brian Harker, what's up, bro? Salute. Yo, how y'all doing though, man? I haven't been on the YTBC in a little bit, bro. Like, I'll be in the chat, obviously, supporting and shit, but I haven't been on no panels in a couple weeks, man. To be honest, man, I just been working and shit. I got a life outside of YouTube, bro. I can't be here every day, man. I said this many times, so if anyone wondering where I was at, man, I was just taking care of shit in my personal life, man. That's all it is. Yo, salute, Ice Man. What's up, bro? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. We getting the stream popping, man. As y'all can see by the title, man, two little boxing topics. I believe there's some fights tonight, but I'm not excited for those fights, man. We had a KSI card. That dude's a fucking troll ass nigga. And we got Jogba and some other guy, Oscar Rivas, I believe. I think that's who he's supposed to fight. I mean, I don't know. I'm not really excited with that card, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. Yo, what's up, Bruce Gas? What's good, bro? We all know you were taking a long shit. Yo, salute Uncle EJ, man. Iceman, what's up, bro? I'm watching that KSI card now. Yeah, nah, I'm not watching that, Bruce. Bruce, I can't watch everything. I understand, Bruce. Bruce, that's why I respect the OG because he doesn't take shit for granted. You know what I'm saying? Whatever is around, he gonna watch, and I totally respect that. But just me personally, I'm not watching that shit, man. I don't care. It's not real boxing, man. But I'm not stopping no one else from watching it. Y'all can watch whatever the fuck y'all want, man. I don't give a shit. I'm just saying I'm not gonna watch it. I'd rather just talk about boxing, or different fights on YouTube or something. That's my fun. I get fun out of that instead of watching some bullshit. It's like a tough man contest right now. Yeah. Get the smoke. What's up, bro? Haven't seen Get the Smoke a little bit too. Carlos, yeah. I know some people gonna be triggered by the title, man. But I just feel like Earl Spence. Earl Spence, do you guys really think that motherfucker's gonna move back down? Do you think he's gonna move back down after he destroys Keith Thurman? Cause he gonna beat the shit out of him. Yo, what's up? Oh, big bro, IB, bro, it's good, bro. Big bro, we gotta get the smoke in the building.
Hey, what's up,
GTS.
bro? What's happening
What's
with it?
up, man? What's
I
up? Get the
chilling.
smoke. It's been a little bit, bro.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know what you've been doing. I don't know what I've been doing. I think like I'm still recovering from New Year's. Old people can't do it the way young people do it.
Yeah, yeah, shit. I just been working and shit, man. But yeah, I've been seeing. Yeah, you wasn't live that much either. But I know you got life outside this shit, man. We can't be
Uh,
on chair every fucking day, man. You know.
Yeah, I do the content stuff by inspiration. Like there's been like kind of it's been thin pickings, or slim pickings for the boxing, unless you want to bitch about stuff. And I don't know, man. I don't get a lot of entertainment out of bitching about it, just complaining about this shit and that thing. So I don't know.
Oh yeah, yeah. No,
You
I
know, fights I
understand that.
don't get. Like, I was looking forward to Charlo Castillo. I mean, Charlo as Tim Zoo, and that got canceled. I was looking forward to Stanionis and Virgil, and that got
And that
canceled.
got
He-
canceled. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it for BC Ramirez and the Dogbo fight. I like the Lara Lee Wood fight, but I don't know. It's just like they're good
Yeah.
fights. It's not inspirational to do a bunch
Yeah,
of
there's
content
no
about.
exactly. There's no really good fights right now, man. Like it's not
Yeah.
really
I mean, those are good
nothing to
fights.
jump for.
I'm not hating on
So
the quality of the fight. Those are really good fights. I'm really excited about them, but I'm just not inspired to do
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know. I kind of went back and watched the Abraham Nova fight, and I remembered being excited about going that fight and getting the pick right and all that stuff. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll do a video about that one. I like Dogbo too. The
Yeah,
Laurie thing,
Robesi and
maybe,
Dogbay.
maybe
Yeah,
just because,
that's a
yeah.
good fight.
I'm thinking about doing a thing on the franchise because apparently, like Mauricio Sulaiman says, there's no franchise champions anymore. I might do a video on that
For
for the
real.
Rise and Fall franchise. Yeah, he said that
Well,
they
that's
still
a
like
good
the
thing.
designation. He was just saying that there isn't a single franchise champion right now. So I was thinking about maybe like giving Devin Haney a high five or something in the video.
Yeah, nobody respects that. Fuck that belt, man. Damn, Andy don't even care about the belts. Damn, so.
Yeah, what's up, BH? How you doing, man?
Yo,
yo,
what's up, Brian Harkin?
what up, Big Say? So get the smoke. How you doing, lads? Yeah, I'm not really excited for tonight's fights. Ain't gonna lie. Um, Shaw versus Ajaba. Nah, not really. Not really. Not And yeah, Stanley Onis. That was the fight. Really, I was looking forward to. I don't
Yeah,
think it's
man.
been canceled, but it's been pushed back to April, I believe now.
Yeah, it's
Which,
pushed back to April.
yeah, so yeah, they would April for that bullshit. So
Yeah, I
like,
mean, fucking Stanios got injured, so he got injured,
which
or he
happens.
was sick or something. He had surgery or something like that.
Yeah, that happens. Like when you're sick, or like if you can show receipts on that, you know what I mean. But that just sucks because pushes back a fight I was actually looking forward to. So yeah.
What's up,
Yo,
guys?
what's up?
Electro J, what's up, bro?
Not much. I'm not looking forward to no Jagba fight tonight. I was pretty satisfied with yesterday's fights, and those girls, man, especially Plata, dude. I'm gonna say it. I said it yesterday to Jedi, but the girls are fighting more. The girls' fights are more exciting than the guys' fights, and at least these girls are fucking fighting each other.
Yeah,
There's no fucking holding back with the women, but these guys, they're fighting like bitches. They don't want to fight. They're letting men control their lives. So yeah,
Listen, I think a lot of that is a function of 2 minute rounds. Which I actually don't even think should be existing, right? Like if men had 2 minute rounds, they'd be fighting a lot faster too.
I don't disagree
yeah.
with you. I've talked about this
I just
before.
feel like the women boxing, man, like it's cool. They got some decent fights, man, like the Carissa Shields and the Baumgartner fight and Katie Taylor versus Serrano. But man, all them fights be overmatched, man. A lot of those fights be overmatched. They're not really exciting, and that's the thing. Like the women don't get paid like the fucking men, bro. So it's gonna be easier to make bigger fights. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna
But
ask
it's
for
not
a lot of
even.
money.
It's not even that, right? But I think with a woman, I think, do you want to fight her? Yeah, right. As like as a mentality thing, it's just make the fight. Let's go. There's no
Yeah.
there's no
Yeah,
bullshit
but
around.
I think what Buck is saying so is the why they say yes like that. There's a
No, the
lot
money.
less
It's
money.
the money. I
There's a
get it.
lot less money. There's a lot less competition. Like
I
if you're gonna make some money in women's boxing, you have to actually fight the best person. You can't
Thank
get a
you.
David Avenesian 12-figure payday.
I
Or
mean, but,
8-figure
but
payday. Sorry.
theoretically, that's what she
And that's all I'm saying.
too.
That's all I'm saying. Yeah, and
No,
like I
Theoretically,
said,
that's
their
supposed
match
to
they
be
be
going on
overmatched,
with
bro.
the
I've
guys
seen
too,
some
Smoke.
terrible women fights. They be
It's not even
overmatched.
about
as shit.
overmatch. It's not even about overmatch. It's the stature that you can make and the money that you can make in boxing. Because David Avenesian was overmatched. That's not like any more of an overmatch that you get out of women's boxing. It's just that it's way more lucrative men's
Well,
boxing.
actually, if you look at men's
Yeah,
boxing,
you're right.
if you look at men's boxing nowadays, there's more overmatched men's boxing than there are women's. Like it seems like these top guys, and I use that term loosely, right? Because the only fights they can get is overmatched fights. None of these other top guys want to step in the ring with them. That's basically bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, so
No.
that's also like kind of I think like a cultural difference between us and the UK. Like we are used to overmatched fights. That's like how we do it over here. We even call them like showcase fights or stay busy fights or whatever the fuck it is. But really, you're just talking about a guy who's overmatched, right? Or tune up, whatever. Right? We just have
Yeah,
different
you're
euphemisms
right.
for that shit. For the UK, you
Uh-huh.
guys put a premium on like parity. Like so that's the guys are like evenly matched. They might not be as skilled as our fighters, but at least they're like the fights are a little bit more exciting, or maybe a lot more exciting because the guys are in the same like skill level.
Yeah, but it's just not a parody thing, right? But the
I think that
over
has to
the,
do with betting
yeah
too. So I didn't mean to
yeah
interrupt.
right. How can I say this in a? It's not even like a stay busy fight, because to me, stay busy fight means you're looking for a fight with someone, on your level, somewhere down the road. It's just how can I avoid someone on my level for forever. None of these top guys want to fight each other. That's what it seemed like to me. You only get a couple, right?
Oh no! Wait.
I think Jamel Charlo. I think he's on that level.
I
Canelo
think you
is
need
on.
to say that more correctly. I mean, because I truly believe these guys do want to fight. It's the fucking promotion companies that don't want to take the risk and lose control of the power they do have. Because as long as their boy got whatever belt they got, that leaves the power with that company.
Yeah, but
And
then
that is a
yeah,
big
but
part of the
then you
problem.
got fighters. Then you got fighters. EJ, right? Then you got fighters saying someone like Ryan Garcia, his belts don't matter, right?
Well,
Which
because you guys got Ryan Garcia who's not good enough to compete at the top levels and make money, right? So he can
yeah,
make money. He's figured out a way to make money without having to actually see if he's the best in a particular division.
no,
And
I
you'll
You're
get guys
talking,
like
I
that.
get
are
But
you
that.
you'll
talking
get
about
guys like
Tank?
that all the time, right? That's not
Yeah,
necessarily like a
no,
that's
no,
just
no.
It sounds like you're talking
boxing,
about
right?
Tank.
No,
Yeah.
that goes for
No, he
both
was supposed to
fighters.
fight
Like
Devin Haney too. Like he was
Tank,
like that Devin Haney fight wasn't going to be for a lot of money, but it probably would have messed up his marketability if had he fought Devin, right?
the Tank and Ryan, man, that applies to both of them, man. Those dudes are they're
Yeah.
big, man. They got big names in the sport. They don't need no fucking belt. They don't need a belt. I'm gonna
No,
just be
no, they
honest.
don't.
They don't.
They, they,
That's a
They don't
different
need
thing
it.
with Tank because Tank
yeah,
has actually proven, at least on some level, that he is one of the best. Right? He's gone through that gauntlet of boxing history and tradition of fighting champions, of being like a multi-time champion and all that stuff. Right? So he's done that at least, right? Whereas
Yeah,
Ryan
yeah, I
Garcia
agree with that.
Ryan's
himself
only
as a
fought.
person and then like
With
moves
that.
around.
Like Tank,
Right.
that's
Ryan's
what I'm
only
saying.
fought once with Campbell.
Tank's beat a
Like
legit champion, bro. Tank's
like
beat
like
a
Ryan.
legit
Tank is
champion. I've
technically,
always said that Garcia is damn near a prospect, bro. He's damn near a prospect, bro. His
yeah.
best win is Luke Campbell, and he hasn't fought really shit
He's earned
besides
challenger
that.
status. He just hasn't like played like the traditional title challenger. Instead of as actually challenge for a title, he's using that status in order to make more money. It's the same thing Dylan White
Yeah,
did.
Right
Yeah,
here.
it took fighting to challenge for the title, right?
I'm
And then as soon as
gonna
he
go.
challenged for the title, he went to sleep. He got paid, but he went to sleep. Like that's what
Here,
it's the same thing around
here, can
Garcia.
you?
I'm gonna go down this rabbit hole. First of all, we're staying on Tank. First of all, Tank at 135 has not made a name for himself. Not at 135.
He's not fought a 135 pounder.
But no, I'm just saying. But Tank for himself has made a career, unlike Ryan Garcia.
But the
No,
thing
no,
is,
like right now. So like right now, Ryan is on his second division.
I agree with that.
And even if you look, no matter what division you look at for Tank, he achieved more than Ryan Garcia.
No,
Again,
I agree with that. In the ring, he has, right? But let's face it. The only ever blown up fighter he ever fought was Barrios, who was 140. Come on, he was like what? Not even a top fighter at 140, even though he had a belt.
But even if you look at Tank's one fight at 140, and you look at Ryan Garcia's 2 fights at 140, then fucking night and day. At least Tank fought a legitimate 140 pounder, and it was for like a secondary title, right? Whereas Ryan Garcia is pulling up 135 guys to 140, and then calling those like 140 fights.
Yeah, but Tank's
not for anything, and they're also not for
anything. Yeah. Tank's also pulling up 130-pound guys to fight at 135 pounds.
Well, no, he went down and fought. He did do that. That's definitely true. And he also went down to 130 and fought another guy to get like another champion in the thing. All I'm saying is when it comes down to it, like,
he dragged
the history and tradition of boxing, Tank is doing a lot more like seeing people.
He dragged Neil Santa Cruz up from 126 to fight at 130.
He dragged up 2 fighters.
Yeah. Yeah,
like I don't think he dragged like Garcia definitely dragged up, but I don't think he dragged up Gamboa. Gamboa is like a 35-pounder before Tank.
Yukis Gamboa.
Garcia
that's the only 135 pounder he's fought though.
No, I'm just saying I don't think that like as a 135. Well, Broly is definitely a 135 pounder. He just couldn't fucking fight.
I don't really
I mean, at that point, he's a real 135 pounder. Really, might have been a 140 pounder getting drained. But really, it's just that he can't fight. But really, what I was just talking about is when it comes to the history and tradition of the sport, was like fighting for titles versus like, and you can move around, squirt like within that thing and see like what's the level of competition. But even if you look at that, even if you look through that lens, you'll see that like Tank is doing better than fucking Ryan.
Well, that's not that hard. Is he breathing?
Yeah, I mean that's all I'm saying. Like when it comes to when it comes to both guys saying the belts don't matter, they both are incentivized to say that because of their own the way that they are approaching the market. But even in the way that they're approaching the market, Tank's approach is a lot more traditional.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree with that, right? But come on, at this point, it's not that hard to if you actually look at my avatar, put me on full screen. 150, right? Anyone can see that there, right? Don't mess with Manny kids, right? Basically, don't mess with matches because I made that avatar when he wanted to fight Manny Pacquiao. That's a before and after pic, right? So like, don't mess with matches, don't mess with Manny kids, right? That's there when he, that's when he was online saying basically the Manny Pacquiao fight was done. Right? When he was dropping Manny's name in there, he said the fight was done,
Yeah, like I said, to me, he is definitely a poster boy. Like, to me, Ryan Garcia and Dillian White are the real, to me, what I call the real boxers of this like social media age, right? And Jake Paul is like the fake one. But those three are like of a piece to me. Like they just make a bunch of fucking money while like they've figured out a way, they've figured out a niche in the market. They figured out a loophole in the market in which they can make money and not necessarily fight for titles.
Yeah. No, that's how it is. But
or even like fight anybody worth a damn. I even fight anybody worth a damn, right?
The fact that people listen, what's bothering me is the fact that people are okay with this is bothersome to me.
That's not because I'm not okay with
it. The whole point of enjoying boxing is to find out who's the best. The fact that people can say that with comfortability and no culpability.
Yeah.
That, you don't. The belts aren't important. You don't need to fight for belts and make the.
It's because you think your era is like the era that should be extended to forever. And actually, I'm sorry to tell you that, like, your old ass, like the world that you grew up in, is going to fucking disappear, and you might as well get with the times or just be fucking mad.
What's the point in having the belts then?
Oh, okay, some guys are telling you there is no point. And they're showing you that there is no point. But other guys, like when it was Triple G showing you that shit, nobody fucking blinked an eye. Right, but everyone fucking sucked that dude's cock while he was showing you that, like, his minor belt. They were comparing that shit to Bernard Hopkins. Nobody said shit. So now we have this, and now it's like, oh, wait a minute, there's so many guys, and so because you can fucking make money outside of having like a real belt. That's what's happening. Like, stop with the pearl clutching and just understand the times you're in.
Pearl clutch.
And not only that, it becomes a circular firing. This is why I'm using the language that I'm using. It becomes a circular firing squad when you start doing a purity test on fans. When all it is entertainment, and this is expressing what they like. So, like, it wasn't the shit that you liked, but this is what a sport is now, and this is what they like.
But just because we're in this time of exactly doesn't mean we're going to have we have to like it. I don't like the way boxing is today. I want to go back to the 80s and the 90s where the best fought the best, and the 60s and the 70s. Absolutely, I do. Right?
I'm another guy. Even though the Electro Jet is my elder, but not by much. We're all on the fun side of 50 over. He hasn't hit the 60 mark yet, right? And I appreciate what he's saying to a certain extent. But like this fight, this Spence and Thurman fight, to me is emblematic of what we're talking about, right? So you got Buck saying he's not going to watch this fight, and you've got Keith Thurman fans who have been champing at the bit to get this fight forever. Like they're like, it's like Christmas came late. Or early.
Why does it have to happen at 154?
Now the fight is at 154, bro.
Yeah, but why does it have to?
Right, that's the other thing. Right, so here's the other thing. Right, so so there is some intrigue. There may be some letdown for it happening at 154, but I don't think at 147 it would have been a better fight. It may be a better fight at 154. And that's the thing for me. I'm a fight fan. I'm not like, I don't give a damn about like sanctioning bodies and all that stuff. You know what? The point that I'm going to be like all upset about, like, because mandatories and belts and all that. I don't care about belts. Like, I'm a fight fan.
Because there's no risk at 154. No. That's why. And that's
there's no risk if you look at it at risk through the lens of a sanctioning body. If you look at risk in terms of the fact that they're going to be punching each other in the face, then it's probably more of a risk fighting at 154.
No. Think of it this way though, right? Why is okay then? Seeming as belts don't matter to you, why is Spence holding on to the belts and fighting at 154? That means he's got 60 days to come back down to make a fight. Well, either the rank number one or Terrence Crawford, right? So he's got 60 days after the fight.
So right now, if he doesn't make a fight,
if he doesn't make a fight within 60 days, he's going to have to give up the belts anyway.
So he is not the one. Just so we're clear, Spence is not the guy who said belts don't matter. Spence is the guy who said strap season. Spence is the guy that is the unified champion that collected the belts. He's literally not that guy. He's not the one saying belts don't matter. What he may be saying is Keith Thurman, like for me, like this Keith Thurman fight, it doesn't matter what weight it happens at. It may very well be, and I don't know this, but like for the reason why I might not be going like in the same direction that other people are, and I don't know who's right? So I'm not saying that I'm right and they're wrong. It could be that Keith Thurman is the one who said I want this fight at 154. At which point, like, I don't give a damn about, like, for me, I'm looking at the quality of the fight. I think that Keith Thurman may not be as mobile at 154, and Errol Spence might be stronger, or maybe they're both stronger. I'm just wondering what the fight will be like at the end of the day. Like I think, like the whole background of it, of like mandatories and belts, and are they holding up the division and all that politics stuff. To me, that is a different thing that doesn't actually really have anything to do with the quality of the fight.
Yeah, but what basically what I'm trying to say, right, is Errol Spence is 31, 32 years old, something like that.
Yeah, he's in there.
Right. So usually when a fighter moves up at that age, right, and they come back down, they're not the same fighter. In general terms, right? So he goes up to 154, he comes down to 147. He's not the same fighter, right? If he goes and loses his belts on that, will Spence fans use that as an excuse?
I mean, it will be whatever it is.
Moving up and down for younger fighters is easier than moving up and down for as you get older, it's harder to.
Right, it's on him. Like, do you think? Okay, how much do Roy Jones fans get a pass for him getting knocked out by Antonio Tarver? Like, not much. Like, over the time, dude, you just got knocked out. Like, nobody gives a damn about that shit. Like, you went up there and got money. You went up there to do whatever it is you went up to do. You thought you was big enough and bold enough to come back down, and and you're not that rude, turns out.
Roy Jones gets mentioned a lot in this type of debate, though, right?
Yeah,
and
I know, because he went to. I know, but he doesn't get a pass, though. What I'm saying is he don't get a pass.
He doesn't
As a matter
get
of
a
fact,
pass.
as a matter of fact, there is a famous quote based on that. Any excuses tonight, Roy? Like,
yeah, right. Yeah, which I told this story a million times, right? I fucking missed that, right? Because I was up in the where I used to live, right? My toilet was upstairs, and my TV was downstairs, right? So I was up in the fucking toilet when he fucking said that, and I'm so pissed I missed that life. So pissed. Like, not really I'll do it, but I'm so like I was just fucking.
I wasn't a big Roy Jones fan. I was a James Toney fan.
Yeah.
And I was even less of a Bernard Hopkins fan, but like that was my list. It was Tony, Roy, and then B Hop. But like I felt some kind of way when he got knocked out. I was like, that hurt a little bit, little twinge when Roy went down. I mean, he just got switched off too. Like,
I just can't believe Antonio Tarver sent that life.
He was also just such he was such an arrogant fucking guy though. So
I know, right? But it was fucking like I just had to fucking miss that, because I probably would have jumped out of my seat hearing that when I, back in the day, like that would have been crazy. But no, I had to be up in the fucking toilet, and my brother shouting, the fight starting.
Yeah, so I came in super hot on my man EJ, and it wasn't about what you were saying specifically. It's more like a culmination of like a few conversations I've been having about. Like,
you didn't come in. I mean, I'm still look. My thing is.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, my thing is this. All right, you can say what you say all day. That doesn't negate the fact that in the boxing community, and with the boxing commissions, there's still a set of rules. The rules are you fight. You're supposed to. Not that it happens, but once you go up, you got to fight better competition. We have too many boxers right now being protected, such as Garcia. I'm going to say Tank. I'm going to say Spence. There are just too many fighters just being protected and put on lockdown because of their promotion companies. And I'm sick of it. I am absolutely sick of it. And for me, belts do matter. I don't care if you think it's an archaic way of thinking, but for me, I want the best fighting the best. That's what fighting has been all about from the get-go. Who is the best?
Not agreeable.
No, I understand. So I think we're all on board with the concept. The point, I think, where there's some divergence is whether or not the sanctioning body gets to determine who's the best. Like, the people were up in arms about Keith Thurman being named the mandatory in the first place. So like, it's very weird now that now that he's not even fighting in the position that everybody had pitchforks out when he fucking got put in that position. Now it's like he's not even fighting there. He's not fighting that division, and everybody's even more mad. So the question is, are you damned if you do and damned if you don't? Because some fans are never fucking happy, or there's so many different factions of fans that there's no empathy amongst fan bases, that all it is people who have staked out a position and an ideological position and now are willing to go to fucking war over it.
I have no empathy for any boxer that doesn't put the work in. And I'm sorry, Keith Thurman, in my opinion, he made his bed. Now he has to lie in it. That's his own problem. That's his own fault. Why are we as paying customers having to pay for this bullshit?
Well, it's the thing, but you don't have to. There's a market fix for it. First off, there's a market fix for all of this. You can watch the fights if you want to watch the fights and not pay for it, right? Like, we can stop pretending like that shit is not the norm at this point. in the game, right? And everybody is baked in. Everybody knows it. You don't have to keep pretending like that's not the thing. But if you do want to pay for a fight, then you can pay for it. I don't think that anyone on this panel thought, hey, you know what? I'm gonna buy Bud versus David Avenesian. But a whole bunch of people did as soon as they heard about it, right? Like that's to each their own. We don't help them make money. I don't know why we care about how they spend their money. But at the end of the day, like Buck was saying, he's not interested in the fight. He don't watch the fight, right? But I think this idea about the purity test of fans creates this circular firing squad that the health of the sport I don't think can afford, right? I think it's making the sport sicker, like trying to point fingers at fans and telling them that they're not the right kind of fan.
That is a
Yo,
very
hey, yo, let
that's
Red
the most
Glove get
political
in here,
answer
bro.
I've ever heard from you, Smoke. To this day, that is the most that's the most geopolitical answer you've ever said. I haven't heard such a fence riding answer in my entire life.
I'm sorry, man. Listen, I don't go out to your fucking queue fucking meetings and shit. I'm not here to burn it all down. This is not the way my grandfather left it to me, man. Like you're on some fucking crazy shit to me right now.
All I gotta say is big shout out to all you guys who are on the fun side of 50. How's everybody doing?
All good, Red Glove.
I got 3 more years.
What's up, Red Glove? Hey,
outside of 50.
Red Glove, man. Thanks you first off for the red gloves, and then also for the green eyes.
Hey, no problem. Hey, you or Tommy, like if you, like that stuff don't really take that long. So you need, I don't have a problem doing it. So yeah, no problem. Like, you can feel free to reach out to me directly if you want to as well. But yeah, I don't have a problem doing it.
Like he does it anyway. We just build together off fuck conversations and whatever.
Yeah, and big shout out to Big Say So, giving the platform for everybody to talk amicably. Or I can't even talk right now. I know I didn't say that word right, but y'all know what I'm trying to say.
I get it.
Oh, big shout out to Big Brian Harkin. I can't leave Brian out.
How you doing, Red Glove? Hope you're doing well, man.
Hey, I'm doing as good as I can, man. Like,
yeah,
just trying to get stuff done. You know how it is. You try to balance the work life and the YTBC life.
I get you, man. I get you.
It's it, man. Like, so also this is just kind of a throwback kind of concept to me. Before there was things called sanctioning bodies trying to tell us who the fuck the best were, right? I like the idea of 2 guys fucking duking out. They figured out, like, for me, if I like I said, like if I could have a DeLorean, and it wouldn't be my main mission, right? If I had a time machine, but if I could do a side mission and hit the Joe Gans versus Sam Langford fight, man, that's like a lightweight fight and a welterweight. I still fucking watch that shit. Like that's boxing to me. Like it's not like I don't know, man. It's just I'm a fight fan. I didn't know about belts and all that shit when I was like watching fights.
Well, I'm right with you there because I would love to see Ronnie Lyle fight again. I would love to see some of them fucking slobber knockers he was in.
The Smoke. I have a. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jed. I thought you were
saying he never went for a belt. Never had the opportunity to go for a belt, but he fought all the top guys, and he gave them a run for the money and actually beat a lot of ass on top of it. So yeah, I know what you're talking about. I'd love to see some of them old fights, but that doesn't negate the fact that he just at that time wasn't good enough to fight the champions. He was just a little wacky.
Well, no, I was talking more about the the weight classes thing. When it comes to like being the best, like I think that Spence has pretty much carved out a really good argument for being the best through his last series of fights. Like I don't know, like it has to be killer after killer after killer after killer, or you need an act of Congress. in order to like clean up the sport, which is something that somebody told me like yesterday, doing a petition because of this fight. By the way, I'm not like being hyperbolic. That's where I'm coming from. And it may seem like I'm like hot about what you're saying, but it's like a more like a collection of arguments I've heard over the last like few days that I'm responding to.
That was Jedi that said that, and I agree with it, man.
That wasn't Jedi. No, that was somebody else.
Actually, Jedi was talking
Jedi's
about
doing the petition.
yeah.
I heard about it. Somebody else talking about doing a petition because of this fight here, and now the issue that I had was the same person was the one who was gung ho. As soon as they heard about BLK Prime, they like downloaded it, bought the fight, all of this stuff, and I'm like, as a fight fan, like, you think the David Avenesian fight is a better fight than this? And he's like, yeah, or yeah, they'd rather support that or like whatever. I'm like, I don't, that's why I'm trying not to like judge fans and shit. I just don't get it. Like, to each his own. For me, this fight is not that. I don't know why people are so verklempt.
All right,
I can understand some apathy, but I don't understand like the vitriol.
Hold on. Yeah,
let's get on that. Let's get on that. Who else does he have to fight at that same time? We all know who he wanted to fight. We all know what was supposed to happen, and it didn't. Is he supposed to stay stagnant and not do anything? And David Abenesian, I'm not saying I wanted to see that fight because God knows I didn't. And we all knew what the result was going to be. But then again, in that weight division, who else was there other than Spence?
Okay, so, right. If you could fight Spence in January, like January 4th, or fight David Asia on December 10th, you're gonna give me like a calendar year excuse? Like, you can do whatever the hell you want with your career. Like, I don't care when it comes right down to it. These are two of my favorite fighters. I don't have pitchforks to either one of them. If he wants to fight in a calendar year, fine. But if you want to ask me, do I give a guy a bunch of respect for it because he says I'm going to make an arbitrary deadline that fucks everything up just because he wants to stick to it? Like, what is like? Is there some sort of ring rust that happens over the span of 3 weeks that I'm unaware of? Like, I don't even get this. I don't get the argument. I don't care about the argument particularly. And really, what it boils down to is, like I said, the dude has been fighting the best of the best, fight after fight after fight after fight. Like, I don't expect him to be like, the same way I don't really like have a whole bunch of like vitriol for Bud fighting David Avenesian. I have like none for like, I had almost next to none for Bud. The only thing I was like is I was expecting one kind of fight and the quality of one fight, and I got a different thing. Okay, whatever. I moved on. I wasn't like, oh yeah, let me like petition Congress. And this fight is fucking a better fight than that fight. And this guy is like, Keith Thurman is a better guy at 147 and probably 154 than David Avenesian. And like I said, the guy like who the fuck fights like every single like fucking killer back to fucking back? And if you don't do it, then like what, a petition needs to be circulated? Like, the fuck? Anyway, whatever, guys.
Let me get in there, bro. Like, with the Bud shit, I was pissed off that he fought Abenesian. I said what I said about it. I ain't even watched that fight because I knew what was gonna happen, but I don't even care about that no more, man. We're past that now. Like, Bud's already got his fight in, you know what I'm saying? Now he's waiting for his next opponent. I'm saying for Spence, bro, like the fight at 147 or 54, to me, it doesn't matter. I know why it's at 154. Because Earl Spence didn't want to give him a fucking shot. That's the whole reason. I feel like that's why he won at 154. And I'm just saying at 154, yeah, I think Earl Spence probably will be stronger. To me, it doesn't change the outcome. Like, I've always thought Spence would stop him. I've always thought it like Spence is gonna beat him down. I don't even think it's gonna be competitive, man. Thurman's not even the same fighter. I still think prime Thurman and prime Spence still stops him. I think it's just a bad style matchup for him. That's how I always thought.
That's what I think also, right? That's why I don't really give a damn about the fight. I haven't thought about this fight. It's been a good fight since like 2017. I just don't care about the fight like that. But like the idea, like for me, like I was saying, it was this one particular person. I wasn't talking about like a whole thing. It was this one guy who was so gung ho about the David Avenesian fight and the Bud fight. I wasn't tripping off of it one way or the other, right?
Yeah.
This guy was so gung ho for this one, and then so anti this other one, and it's kind of like, what? I'm not understanding what people are where they're coming from. Really, like it just seems like it is based on a some kind of idea that they think boxing should be, and because these people are not adhering to those principles, then they're now the enemy. I don't know. That's the best thing I can, the best way I can, I guess, to understand it. If I'm, if I'm hearing up, if I'm,
Maybe
actually interpreting what people are saying, right?
maybe it's a combination of a whole lot of things, and somebody's just sick and tired of being mucked around. Because at the end of the day, right? There's a reason. Well, okay, if you're Bruce Gas, you're not going to pay for any pay per view. Let's be honest, right? He's already said why would I pay for it when I can get it for free, when I can stream it for free, But for someone like me, right? If I'm not interested in the fight, I'm not going to buy it, right? But if you give me fights that I want to see, I will put my hand in my pocket and I will buy the fight. It's as simple as that, right? And you want more paying customers coming in the door, right? As the fight fans that are going to pay the wages, right? So give us fucking fights we want to see, and more people like me will put their hands in their pocket, right? Because let me tell you something, I can't afford to buy every fight. I honestly can't, right? The PBC model of every second big show is a pay-per-view. I can't afford that.
Yeah. No.
You know what I mean? It used to be pay-per-views it used to be like pay-per-views were for big fights.
I think people play politics where they don't understand that these are like privately owned companies, right? Like sanctioning bodies are not like political organizations that you lobby and do all that shit. Like they're privately owned corporations, and the belts are their property, right? Like it's their rules. I don't even understand like how that is now become synonymous with the best is in and of itself an archaic idea for me.
I'm on about people like that.
I'm just talking about. I'm not necessarily talking about.
Yeah.
I wasn't responding. I wasn't directing that to you, Brian Harkin. I was just talking about the idea of. It really is more like Jerome Benjamin and a little bit of Electro Jet, right? Talking about the WBA's like rules or titles rules or whatever the hell rules like they are, and we can talk about them till the cows come home, till we're red in the face. It's just kind of like that's just part of the institution of boxing. You can beat your head against a brick wall if you want to, but ultimately these are privately held corporations. They're going to do what they do. If you wanted to figure out who's the best, that's probably like an okay source, but they shouldn't be the end all and be all. And they certainly shouldn't be, in my opinion, the reason why you like or dislike the sport. Like,
I don't trust these organizations when it comes to rankings because, right, there's so many padded records up there where a lot of these guys, and I'll use this as an example, Jerome Buchanan, right? He's 30 fights in. And at this point in his career, and I said this last week, big say so and all. I said this prior to the fight. He was going to his 30th fight, and he's 30 fights in now. I should know how good he is, or I should have a good idea how good he is, right? And because he's untested, I don't know how good he is. And it's a very simple answer. Step up and fight someone with a pulse, or keep going down the road you're going, and people will come say you're the next big thing in boxing. And it could get to the point where he's a padded record. He's 41-0. He steps into a ring with someone like Bivol, and I'm talking about Zurdo Ramirez, and he gets completely outshadowed, outboxed, outbeaten, right? Because his record is overhyped. Right, and he never really fought anyone any good,
and maybe he's used as a sacrificial lamb to scare all the other like little children who feel like they're ready, and Uncle Oscar tells them that they're not. So the Jaime Munguias and the Virgil
Jaime
Ortiz and the
Munguia,
Ryan
yeah.
Garcias
There's
like
another
get in line,
name.
right?
There's another name I don't know how good he is, right? He's 40 plus fights in, right? And that's the god, right? It's not even the fact. It's the fact that these guys have fought so many times, and honestly, I have no idea if they're put under pressure, can they even handle that? Real pressure by someone who's going to fight back, or someone who's got a style set that will give them problems, right? I don't even know if they can handle that.
Yeah, you could end up
Right?
like an Edgar Belunga.
It could be, right? These fighters could be the greatest fighters to ever step on the planet, right? In 50 years' time, we can go, what a fighter he was, right? Here's the thing: we don't know how good they are, and that's the God's honest truth, right? They could be the best things in sliced bread, or they could, or they could be that Zerto Ramirez and just get his ass beat as soon as he steps in the ring with someone with with boxing brain, good pedigree, and boxing skills. It's not even these guys. These guys ain't even attempting to fight the best. These guys are just settling in, picking B, C, D level fighters, and they're happy with that, just getting your paycheck.
And that's the thing. Exactly.
For some people like me, right? For some people like me, right? When I talk about this era of boxing, and I talk to my nephews or whatever, right? I'm going to say to them, well, this era of boxing, bunch of pussies. That's how I honestly feel. They're a bunch of pussies. They got no set of balls between them. The whole fucking lot of them.
Here's the thing. I think there's a couple of things happening, especially with those young guys at Golden Boy. They are all champing at the bit, and they're not ready. And Oscar knows that they're fucking not ready for the guys that are up there, but they want to fucking fight the guys that are up there, right? So he has to figure out a way to like manage that whole situation with a distribution issue, and that's what everybody has outside of Top Rank, at least in the United States. I'm not sure what's going on with Matchroom in the UK. It seems like he's pretty well situated, but I'm not sure what's going on with DAZN and like Sky. I'm not going to speak on it, but I'm saying like in the United States, Top Rank, their business model, their distribution, they're set. They're cool. I don't know what they're gonna do once the Olympics aren't shown anymore, but I don't know. I'm sure they have a plan in place. Like everybody else is on like a weird thing when it comes to their distribution, and especially like the PBC, who has a patchwork of fucking promoters, right? So you got all of that shit going on. I think like just kind of structurally. But when it comes right down to it, when people are saying stuff like they're holding up the division, they're not. Because those dudes, if they really wanted to smoke, they could get the fights. They could do what it would take to get the fights. And that's what just happened. And we saw that. Let me finish. We saw it. We saw it when the negotiations broke down and the Seishin bodies started like ordering all these fights and having all these conventions, and nobody stepped up.
Yeah, it's just not those dudes, right? Right, Tank ain't fighting anyone of serious note. Who else is not fight, right? Ryan Garcia ain't. A lot of these guys, right? Devin Haney, he fought Thing last, right? He did fight the champion, but what's his name?
Loma? So is Loma someone of note?
Loma also, right? Loma ain't stepping up.
You don't think they're gonna make that fight? You don't think they're gonna make that fight?
I don't know. The fight's not made until that fight's made. I ain't gonna say here and say that it's fucking right.
All right, cool.
You know what I mean? Like, I hope they make that fight, but until that fight's made, I'm not gonna say whatever about it, right?
TV yesterday, did say Nest and
you got a bad connection. You got a bad connection, maybe.
Yeah.
You couldn't out bad, Major.
For a conversation with the smoke.
You cutting out very bad, bro.
The Thurman fight, I try to justify that, right? I really don't get where you're coming from with that. So I want to understand those
you got a bad connection. We can't
Yeah,
understand
you
you.
got a bad connect. Yeah, we can't
You got a bad
understand you.
here. Come back and out Major Key
Yeah, go
because
back out. Go back out. Come
we
back
can
in.
barely hear you.
Hold on.
We can barely hear you.
Yeah, go back out.
Bluetooth, can you hear me now?
No, it's cutting in and out. It's like it's like I don't know how to describe it. It's weird.
Can you hear me now?
No, come back and come back out. Good. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, hold
No.
on. I got you, Smoke.
Yeah.
I'm about to pin it. Is the StreamYard link gonna be pinned in the chat? So anybody that want to get on, it's gonna be there. Don't ask for no more links and be like, yo, I need a link. It's pinned in the chat, man. It will be there all day. Yo, Major, what's up, man?
What's up? You can hear me now, right?
Perfect.
Yeah, that's
Perfect,
better.
bro.
100%.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
had my. That's my bad. I still have my headset on, my Bluetooth headset, connected to the phone, and I was talking through my phone, so it was all fucked up. So that's my bad. But yeah, no, I was trying to get. You see, what's there we go. That's what I'm talking about. I wanted to get with this conversation. We'll get to Smoke because I don't understand how he's trying to justify that 154 shit with Thurman and Spence. I just don't understand it. So I want to hear his argument again because I don't want to be chiming in through the chat, typing too long and shit like that. He's already on to a different subject by the time we get to the point. So let's get to the meat and potatoes. How do you justify that?
First, I don't really justify it at all. I don't give a damn about the fight like that. I'm not required to justify it. I don't get paid for the first fight. Like, I don't know why you think I would be required to justify it. But like, I have heard Keith Thurman fans talk about they've wanted this fight for years and how that Keith Thurman is going to beat the fuck out of Errol Spence. I don't agree with them. I think it's ridiculous, but whatever. There's the tent for fandom is bigger than just my opinion about a fight.
So you said though, what you said was maybe Keith Thurman wants this. Why would Errol Spence and PBC worry about what Keith Thurman cares about and move it to 154 when there's no belt on the line for it? Isn't that a waste of time? And why would they do that? Waste their time for Keith Thurman if they were never going to fight him in the first place? That makes no sense.
Okay, that sounds like a question for Keith Thurman, right? Not a question.
But you said it though. You're the one that said it. You posed the question earlier.
What I said was I don't know what the actual fact is. I don't know why we would assume one thing.
But you implied that maybe that's a probability. You did say that. That's why I responded to it because I never heard that before.
You asked me a question as if you wanted to hear my answer, and then in the middle,
I do want to hear your answer, but I don't want you to bullshit around it. I don't want you to sugarfoot around it.
Because, like,
I don't want you to pussyfoot around it. I want you to tell me the truth.
It's not even. I don't care what you think about how I'm answering it. If you want to hear my answer, then you need to stop interrupting me. Because now
I do care about how you answer it because I don't want you to pussyfoot around it. So I'm being accurate about that.
If you cannot control yourself, then this conversation.
I can control myself. Can you control yourself and be honest with your response?
Whatever it is you're on, bro, I'm not there. I'm not there with you.
Well, then you shouldn't come up on a YTBC platform and start bullshitting, pussyfooting around shit, acting as if you didn't say it. You did say it. So if you didn't mean to say it, then say, hey, I apologize. I was pussyfooting. I said some shit that I didn't really mean. But don't say that shit and expect not to be held accountable. Because I will pop up on the fucking live and put your ass in check.
Go ahead.
You understand?
I guess I need to be
Let that shit be known.
for you to yell at.
Let that shit be known.
I got
Nobody
you.
yelling.
Go ahead.
I'm in my garage. I'm not yelling. I'm chilling.
I'm chilling, man.
My issue is that you fucking had the nerve to say maybe Keith Thurman wanted to fucking do it at 154. Why the fuck would Keith Thurman want to do it at 154? That makes no sense. And I just showed you. But yet you're saying, I didn't say that.
Hold up a second.
You did say that.
So hold up a second. So now you are part of Keith Thurman's camp. Because you come up with a reason that there's no reason because whatever your work brain is, you think that you
so if you want me to say that I want you to answer the question and answer the question, don't ask me rhetorical questions in return.
How about this?
Answer the question.
How about this? Fuck you. Stop. Go scream at somebody else. Go scream somewhere else. I don't give a damn what you think about this fight, and neither do they. I don't know
know.
why the fuck you're
So
screaming at
basically,
me.
you don't know what the fuck you were talking about.
For real,
Now you have
for
no
real, bro.
response now.
I was down to have a conversation with you,
Now
but
you
you're
have no
not
response.
a quit.
Okay, I got you,
And I'm not
Smoke.
interested in fucking doing
This
whatever it is you think we should be
Smoke.
doing right now.
When somebody
Not
fucking
interested.
put them in the
I'm
corner, he
good.
doesn't know. He now it's fuck you,
Yeah,
this and that. Okay, all right, cool. I got you. We're on the same page now. See, nobody could shut Smoke up like I can.
Now can we get back to having a
Nobody could shut him up like I can.
Because
I'm trying to tell y'all, man.
I don't know why everybody's in their feelings about this fight, and they think that I should be too. I'm not. Sorry.
But that you was up here, defending, making excuses, talking about maybe Thurman wanted to do it.
If you like to hate watch or don't hate watch or
do it at 154. Why would Thurman want to do it at 154? That makes no sense.
I don't ask Thurman.
You're the one that said it though. Nobody Thurman didn't say that. You said that. Why would we ask Thurman about what you said?
Okay,
you said.
You know why I said it? You know why I said it? Because I don't know whether or not he did. If you know whether or not he did, cool. But I don't know whether or not he did.
Why you putting words in his mouth? He didn't say that. You said that.
So I'm gonna ask him any logical reason without fucking. I don't go around making educated guesses or uneducated guesses and acting like it's fact.
You just made an uneducated guess.
Can I say something?
Maybe Thurman said.
Hey, can I say something? Very quickly. I never heard of a B-side fighter making a demand like that.
I didn't say demand. It could be a request that he acquiesced to.
Okay. Maybe he wanted the 154. I thought
okay,
Spence
cool.
Jr. was the A side. That's what he was going to. That's what he was going in with the.
I don't think that's what happened.
The Crawford.
I don't know whether it happened or not.
Right?
I'm just saying I don't know whether or not it happened or not.
I never heard of.
I don't need to believe anything. I don't need to be
said,
certain or uncertain about it. Like I don't care enough. Like I don't even know what the fuck you guys are on right now. To me, it's about a scrap. It's not even about like whether or not it's at 147 or like whether or not the belts are on the line. Like whatever. If that's what you think is important, cool.
No. For me, right? For me, what I think is once Earl Spence Jr. hits 154, he ain't moving back down. That's where I am. In my mind, he ain't. Once he hits 154 pounds, he ain't coming down again. That's where he's at.
Yeah, I don't think he's coming back down. I agree.
Yeah,
with
that's in my mind, right? And that's an educated guess. That's not.
Yeah,
that's not me talking out of my ass.
Yeah, I mean, whatever motivations or looking through the crystal ball that this fight invokes in people, cool. For me, I thought he would whoop his ass at 147 6 years ago. 6 fucking years ago. Like whether or not it happens at 147 or 154, like Big Say So, I think the outcome is already pretty much in hand, right? And the only people who seem to be championing this fight, the only people who seem to be championing this fight are fucking Keith Thurman fans. Not me.
I knew once, right? I'll tell you this. I knew once he beat Kell Brook.
Say again?
I knew once Earl Spence Jr. beat Kell Brook. I knew he'd kick Keith Thurman's ass.
Yeah, like I don't
that,
like.
That
oh,
was,
need to be
that,
147.
that was
okay, because you think Keith Thurman to win at 147? No, because that was the WBC, the WPA, and the belts and whatever, dude.
That was the validation I needed to do.
Mad.
Was
it's
Kell
not.
Brook. I'm not mad.
No, I'm just saying. I'm saying for people who are like, I'm saying. Like I was telling you, somebody wants to do an act of Congress. Look at this dude. Like I've been talking to Major Key for years, and I'll probably be talking to him for years. And this is how this dude came in. We're like chilling and shit, and this is the kind of feeling that this fight
listen, I didn't come in. You see, you make things
triggers people.
Oh,
I don't know what the fuck it is, but like
you acting as if I came in unreasonable. I didn't call you a bitch. I didn't call you no names. I just said you full of shit.
You just came screaming, bro. Your mic is
like no. You see, bro. You see that's where you get me wrong. You already know that I talk the way I talk, man. And I'm used to
how do you justify? How do you? Well, hold up. How do you justify?
A lot of times you come in. A lot of times you come in and get the smoke the same way, and nobody gets mad.
A whole lot of other fights that I watch.
Nobody gets mad. Everybody's like, okay, let's get the smoke game in. You know what I'm saying? So what the fuck? Like, you don't like a taste of your own medicine? When you full of shit before you out on it. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? Like,
let's bring the
that's all it is, bro. Like, like you trying to say that 154 Keith
What, man?
Thurman
Okay, cool.
said that it might be Keith Thurman that said it, and we need to talk to Keith Thurman about what you just said. Nah, get the fuck out of here. Keith Thurman didn't say that. You said it.
Because it could be.
I'm going at you for saying that shit. That's bullshit.
Because it could be.
Yeah, but I thought
I'm sorry. Like, listen.
I'm
listen,
saying
it
I
is.
thought that was Spencer.
Okay, cool. Right. So, all right,
But you're the one that said it. He didn't say it.
So here we go. So if you want to, so the last time I heard this with Fortuna, when Ryan Garcia fought Fortuna, turned with the scuttlebutt. I don't know if it's true or not. They were saying Fortuna requested it. Maybe because Fortuna didn't want to make the fucking sacrifice to go down and make weight. I don't know. What I'm telling you is, I don't think I'm just make assumptions and then make my assumption like it's a fact. I didn't say that Keith Thurman asked for it. I didn't say that Errol Spence asked for it. What I'm saying to you is, I don't know what the fuck happened, and I don't just assume from ignorance. But you can do that because you're an ignorant fucker. You do it all the time.
So you said that Thurman maybe Thurman, right, wanted to fight at 154 for no belt, right? And then you said, well, you need to ask Thurman why. But then you said, well, maybe he thought that because we never heard that shit, right? But I'm the ignorant motherfucker, right? Get the fuck out of here.
Okay,
Get
cool.
the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
I got
I'll throw some fucking dirt on you, bro. I'm gonna shovel some dirt on you right now.
I hear it. I hear there's a whole bunch of things. So let me untangle this knot for you. First off, him fighting at 154, he's still in position to fight for the belt at 147. So maybe he just sees this as a money grab, and without
it's a waste of time, Smoke. It's a waste of time. It makes no sense.
I got you. Hold up a second. I wasn't done. The other part of this whole thing, when you asked me about the justification of it, like in my mind, even though I'm kind of meh about the fight, I've seen way worse fucking fights, like Ocampo versus Fundora, right? Like I remember a guy who is all in my fucking ear about Felix Verdejo and fucking Nakatani. Right, so when it comes to like even fights that you have championed,
it's all irrelevant to what you just said, bro. What you said was full of shit, bro. You were full of shit.
Now, see, here's this. I'm trying to put it into context.
You're talking about everything else but what the fuck you just said, which is maybe Thurman wants that at 154.
When it comes right down to it,
you said that
could be a political move and a money grab for Keith Thurman. So maybe that's why he did it.
So you could talk about Verdejo. He got fucking locked up 2 years ago. You could talk about this and that. You could talk about this, that, and the third, bro. You could talk about whatever the fuck you feel like talking about, Smoke. But the point is that your ass just said a few minutes ago today in 2023 some dumb shit like that.
You sound like you work at fucking Jack in the Box. May I take your order? Fix your fucking mic.
Oh, I'm sure that was somebody to you, but you sound like a dumbass sitting in a padded room because you just said Thurman may want to fight this dude. Then when somebody said, why would Keith Thurman do that? Oh, I don't know, ask him. Well, why would he say that, though? Why would we ask him? And then you said, you know what? I don't know if he said that. Well, why the fuck would you say that then and say people should ask Thurman? You see what I'm talking about? All that bullshit that you be talking? Come on, son.
About nothing.
Come on,
this
son.
Is supposed to be entertainment. I'm trying to tell you, boxing is supposed to be entertainment. I don't think it's supposed to be a source of aggravation the way that it is for you. I think you're doing it wrong,
bro. Look. Let me just say this, man. Let me just say this. Like I said earlier, I believe why. This is my opinion. No matter how no one feels, I believe the fight is at 154 is because Thurman never gave Spence a shot. Spence never wanted to give this guy a shot. He said he never wanted to fight this guy, but we know he has to listen to Al Heyman. So they make the fight. It is what it is. It's at 154. I really think Spence just didn't want to give him a shot at the belts. That's what I really think it is. And also,
so why even fight him though? Why even fight him? It's not sanctioned at 154. That's the point. It's not sanctioned at 154.
Fuck, dude. So driving movies.
It's not for the belts, right?
Fighting at 154 is irrelevant to anything.
Hold on. I just said it. I just said it. Al Heyman, bro. You know you gotta listen to that dude, man. Come on,
man. But then we need to hold him accountable because that's some dumb shit.
Yeah.
Look,
we all know the PBC. Bro. Yeah, we all know the PBC's Ask Al Heyman Promotions, right? You know. Because
also ask Steven Espinoza, right? Because Al Heyman is not paying for these fights out of his own pocket.
No, he ain't paying for them. But you know, apparently he's the advisor. Every time Errol Spence is Ask Al Heyman. You know,
who's the wallet?
Right. but in general, right? I've never apparently, when Bud Crawford was the and thing we're trying to make the fight, Earl Spence Jr. said he was the A side, right? So what does that mean? Does that mean because of apparently Thing might have made a demand? Is he the A side? Thurman, is he the A side in this? I don't understand, right? Because apparently Bud Crawford couldn't be the A side. Going on history. So it's Keith. You said allegedly Keith Thurman wants this fight at 154. So maybe
I
he
didn't say.
suggested it.
I didn't say that he did want it. I said that I don't know if
Allegedly,
he
that's
did
what I said.
ask for it. I
Allegedly,
don't know if he asked for it or not, or didn't ask for it.
allegedly, yeah, that's what I
Nah.
said. Allegedly,
No, I'm just saying I didn't say that he did.
yeah.
I'm saying I don't know.
Yeah, I
No,
don't
I
think
don't.
he
I don't
wants
know
it,
either,
And not
bro.
right?
allegedly he
I'm just
did.
saying.
I'm not saying allegedly he
That's why I
did.
said
I'm
allegedly,
saying
right?
allegedly he didn't. I'm just saying I don't
No, I
fucking
don't
know.
Maybe,
think he
yeah,
wants it,
right.
bro.
Maybe Al Heyman just said the fight's happened in 154.
Yeah,
End of story, right? Like we don't know the inside out of it, right? The fact is, I think once Spence moves up to 154, he ain't coming down again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's just
That's
where
where
I
I'm
am,
at too.
Yeah,
That's
I
where
mean,
I'm
it
at
very
too.
well could
I
be.
don't think
I mean,
Spence
and if
gonna
he
come
does
back
come
because
down.
it's
back, then
hard.
he might not
And
be the
even if he
same guy,
does,
and like maybe gets knocked
yeah,
out. Everybody
yeah,
just like Roy Jones did.
yeah.
Nah,
Oscar De
I
La
mean, we
Hoya, right?
had,
I
I'm
don't
you know,
gonna
we
think.
I'm
went
gonna
we
use
went
Oscar
down.
De La Hoya as a thing here, right? He was 147 pounds for no, he was 154 pounds for 7 years, right? Prior to the Manny Pacquiao fight. He comes down to 147 to fight Manny Pacquiao, and he looked shit in that fight. Absolutely shit. He looked drained, right? It's harder as you get older, it's harder to fluctuate up and down in weight,
Right.
right?
So,
And you're talking about a
Brian.
fighter
So
who spent his whole career
just
at
so we
one weight.
understand, the reason
Yeah.
why I said Roy Jones and now you've evoked Oscar De La Hoya,
Yeah,
two
no, but
both things of like do this analogous thing.
I'm using
So here's
these
the
as the
thing: if he goes up
examples.
for one fight, it's not that big a deal.
Yeah,
If he
I'm using,
stays there for
but
a sustained
yeah,
amount of time, then yes, then it becomes a
but
big deal. Like
yeah,
Roy Jones jumped up 2 weights. He really should have gone the cruiserweight first and then
yeah,
maybe
but
gone down. Like he
both of
just did a
those
too
both of those
dramatic jump,
guys.
in my
I'm
opinion.
using these as the examples because both of these guys got destroyed. Right? There's no other reason than that, right? Both guys, when they moved down, they both got destroyed,
Well, so
right?
here's the thing. But here's the thing. Another guy who just flirted with going up and then came back down was Floyd, right? So but
Yeah, but
he's a
he
smaller guy.
fluctuated up and down
But he's
throughout
a
his
smaller
career.
guy, right? So he
Yeah,
was
but
like a smaller
yeah,
154.
yeah,
The
but
question
he
is
fluctuated
could
up and
Spence
down
really
throughout
be
his
at
career.
160?
Yeah,
And
right. Errol Spence
and
Jr. has spent his whole career at 147 pounds,
I think if
so
he
it's a
looks good,
different
like
story.
if he looks, I think it just depends on how he looks at 154, right? So if he's like stronger, better, faster, all that shit. If he's like more L Spence, knocking shit out, or like because has the strength and because he's been draining himself and like killing his muscles, all right, cool. Then stay there. But if he's just like a blown up guy, a couple blown up guys who are just taking a payday while playing the politics out, whatever.
Yeah,
That's why I don't even get all the like heat about the fucking belts because it's clearly politics, right?
yeah,
In
but
my view, like
I'm not
whoever is
at
playing it,
this point. I'm
that's what's
not even
happening
on
with
about
it.
the belts. At this
Like, do
point,
you
right?
think that
I'm
do you
just
think
saying.
Keith Thurman wants to like fight Errol Spence for the belt, or do you think Keith Thurman wants to fight some other fucking like whoever WBC vacant dude for the belts once Errol Spence moves up? Do you think he wants like 2 shots at it? Like he gets the money for fighting Errol Spence, and he gets to
Nah,
fight somebody easier for the belts?
no, the money's a motivation in the fight as
The
well.
money's the
That's why I
No,
feel
but I'm
like
motivation,
sorry,
right?
but I'm just saying. But
that's
Because
it's
why I
also
feel
he
like
doesn't lose his
Thurman's not
position if he
going to
fights at
win though.
154. That's
because
also the thing.
Hold on,
since he's
let me
fought
let me
Manny
say this,
Pacquiao,
bro.
right? Since the
Let me
fight with
say
Manny
this, bro.
Pacquiao, he's brought up money in a lot of interviews, right? He's brought up how much he wanted to fight certain fighters on interviews. So money is definitely the motivation here, right?
Yeah, money's the
And
motivation. That's
there's
why I feel
also
like
another thing.
Thurman's
There's
not
also a
coming to
structural
win,
issue,
bro.
right? There's also a structural issue. Like there's only so many television contracts. It's to put on so many championship fights, right? They have a bunch of fucking champions over there now looking for dates because they lost because Fox fucking got sold a couple times during the lockdown. So now they're like a bunch of guys looking for dates. This could also be an issue. Like I don't, man. Listen, like we're asking to look behind the veil to like find the villain, and to me, the villain is this fight doesn't really have a whole bunch of intrigue in it. Like that's really it. Unless you're a Keith Thurman fan, that's it. That's the villain.
That's it, right? That's it. Because years ago, right? As I said, right, my last thing with Errol Spence Jr. and Keith Thurman was when I seen Errol Spence Jr. go to Sheffield, and I saw him in a war with Kell Brook, and I saw him beat Kell Brook. And then since then, I thought I was unsure about Errol Spence before then. I thought, this guy, I didn't know how good he was, and then I saw that, and I was like, I think this guy's pretty good.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Right?
I thought Bud was gonna beat him.
And I thought he would beat. I thought he would beat Keith Thurman since then. So, and it doesn't matter if it was 140, 104. But what I'm talking about is, right? It's hard enough, right? If you fluctuate up and down in weight and you're used to that, and you make a career off it. But when you spend your whole career at one weight, right, and you go up to 154, you feel great, right? You feel stronger. You're also bringing up another 147 pounder. Who fought there majority of his career, right? Right, but then when you come down again, right? Are you the same? If you come down, because I don't think he will fight at 147 again after this. Maybe I'm wrong, but if he does come down, will he be the same fighter? That's all I want to know, right? Or that's what I'm asking, and we don't know that. But
drop the link for Tony Boswell and fucking Haplo. I think they want to jump up.
It's pinned. It's pinned, sort of.
Bro. It's pinned, bro. I said this already. It's pinned in the chat, bro.
Everyone,
in the chat. Go get it.
My bad. Because when I came in, I didn't see a pin on. Maybe I bypassed it and then got it from.
No. I said it right when y'all came on. Right when y'all came on, I said it.
No, because I got it from the chat, but maybe I bypassed it because sometimes when you go into a chat, they always got like a something pinned and shit, and you just exit out of it. So I probably just bypassed it and didn't even pay attention.
Yeah.
Right. Like, I'm not even right. Like that's all I want to know, right? If he does, because and I used those two fighters, right? I used Roy Jones and I used Oscar De La Hoya because when they came down, they got destroyed. Right? That's the only reason I did that. When they moved down, when they were at that weight, they moved up in weight, they came back down, and when they came back down, they got destroyed. That's why I mentioned those two particular fighters. Right? If that happens to Errol Spence Jr., and here's the thing, both of them are fucking legends anyway. So it doesn't really go into their legacy or anything. But it's just something to mention right now as it's happening.
You see, what pisses me off, Brian, what pisses me off really is that at this point, this is an irrelevant fight, man. It's not even a tune-up for 147. It's basically just a throwaway fight. And then Thurman still is ranked and still mandatory at 147. So I don't understand why this would be why we would waste our time with this, especially if you said this dude you don't want to fight him. You're not going to give him the fight. So why is it that's why I got so pissed off at Smoke, to be honest with you, when he said that comment, because you can't throw it off on Thurman. You just can't. You can't say Thurman wanted to fight at 154. That makes no damn sense, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like if he's already fucking lined up, and if you're the cash cow at being Errol Spence, then why the fuck would you make those bend those contracts but not be able to work with Crawford? It makes no fucking sense, bro. Like this shit just doesn't add up. It doesn't add up to me.
Maybe you remember the backstory of Thomas Hearns and Roberto Duran, but you remember like what belt that was for?
Dude, I remember. Why do you keep talking about? You see, this is your spin.
Because I feel like you're talking
about every fucking fight, but the fight we're talking about. The fight that we're talking about right now. How the fuck does it make sense?
Damn, okay, treat me like I'm your mom, I guess.
No, I'm just saying, bro. Come on, man.
I'm trying to like have a conversation. Look, like screaming and shit. Your mic is
you keep on being disrespectful. I'm being respectful.
All this fucking yelling with this bad mic is cooking my.
No, yeah, it's probably a bad
It's
mic,
like it's
but I'm
not
just
miking
talking.
like it's fuck
Come on,
you.
man, get over
I'm
it.
just
Get over it.
saying.
It's a bad mic. Let's talk it
Look,
up to
I'm
that.
trying
The
to. I'm
fights,
trying
I'm
to.
not
Like
calling
you're
you
doing
names
having
though.
a pleasant
I'm not
day,
calling you names.
but
I'm not talking about the mothers.
the
Let's talk about the
anxiety
fight.
level is raising because this mic is fucking
Just talk about
terrible.
the fight unless you can.
I don't
If
want
you
to keep
can't
like
talk about the
insulting
fight,
you
then
and
just
shit
admit
because
that you can't
we
talk
go
about the fight.
back.
Because
We
you keep
go
diverting
back.
attention away from
But
the
I
fight.
can't understand you. I feel like I want to tell you to give me a number 8.
You're all
Like, can I get a
Because you
supersized
can't talk
number
about the
8
fight, basically.
with
So you
an
can't
apple
talk about the
pie on the
fight. That's
side?
basically what you're
What?
saying.
What
You
did you
can't.
say? Are the condiments extra? The
So
fuck?
you can't talk about the fight.
Anyway, like I was saying.
No, you haven't been saying shit because you're not talking
Okay.
about the fight.
I'm trying to. Do you want me to answer the question, or do you want me
Yeah,
to keep talking while I'm
answer the
talking?
question and stop talking all this
I'm
random shit.
trying
Just
to,
talk
man.
to answer
I'm
the question.
trying to. I
here.
really am, but you're
Here,
you're
150.
very eager beaver right now.
One
No, you
fifty.
got a
I'm
big
not
ego, bro.
down.
You got a big ego. Just
You're
talk about the
very on
fight.
top of it.
You got a big ego, but you know what I'm saying? You're not very intelligent when
I
it comes to
feel
the
like
fight.
there's a lot riding on what I say next.
Yeah, there is,
Here,
because you're
here,
gonna
here,
really sound like you're full of shit.
You gotta calm down. Just chill. Woosah, man. Okay. Like I was saying, the reason why I will tell you what, for the last time, the reason why Keith Thurman might have asked for it to be at 140 at 154, so that once he gets his ass whooped by Errol Spence, which we all expect to happen, then he still is in line for a title shot at 147 once Errol Spence moves up.
So is it fair to say that Errol Spence might have wanted to fight him at 154 so that he can kind of get away from the 147 division and bring his little title shot up to the 154-pound division so he could get away from Terrence Crawford and duck him?
Because is it possible they could be ducking Terrence Crawford by fighting Keith Thurman at 154? I think is the crux of your question. Is that it?
Yeah. I
Yes.
think I was very
Yes, that
elaborate
could be.
with what I
Yes,
said.
yes, that is definitely a possibility.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, like I said, man, I don't think Thurman wanted to fight at 154, man. I don't think he did. You know what I'm saying?
I think the only person wanted to fight at 154 was Al Heyman. That's what I think.
Because it makes perfect sense to me, man. Like the dude never gave him a shot, and he never wanted to give the dude a shot. So it would make sense to fight him at 154 because he's like, fuck him, man. He's not gonna get no belts. Not even gonna get a chance to see him. That's how I
Even Ness
think.
said on his channel, yo,
That
150.
also could be the
Ness,
case. That
Ness,
very well
Ness
could be the
said,
case.
hey,
But
150.
but
Ness said
the
on
only
his
problem with
channel,
that scenario is Keith
cut
Thurman
me
has the
off, bro.
power to tell him I don't want to go up there, so you can just strip it. Like you can just say goodbye to that belt.
So Ness said on his channel, TBV, right? He basically said, yeah, somebody asked him, what do you think it is that he's doing this or he's doing that? He said, nah, it's a favor to Al Heyman. That's why he's fighting him at 154. Because he's getting Thurman out of the way, he's getting Spence out of the way, and he's going to call it's not a title fight, so it's less guaranteed. And guess what? And then they move up Spence, they move up Jamel, they move up Jamal, and that's what it is. That's all it is, bro. I'm trying to tell y'all, man.
Here, Hap came
Yeah,
up with
look, bro. That's why I think it's gonna happen, man. That's why I said Spence is not gonna go down after this fight. I said this many times already. I'm with you, Major. I'm not against you on this take. I totally understand what's going on here. Like that's why I feel like I don't think it's gonna come. Why you think why you think this title's named that? Why do you think I put down the title? Major King.
No. I mean, I feel you. I mean, but I mean, I did say this since when they first announced this shit. I said it on Black and Brown's channel. I'm saying I know exactly. They've been trying to do this. I was wondering when they were gonna do it, but now is the perfect time since they fucking pulling this bullshit of moving up to 154. Right? This is the perfect time to move everybody up because guess what? By the time this dude fights Tim Tszyu, I'm not saying that he's gonna duck Tim Tszyu. I think he's gonna fight Tim Tszyu, but he's gonna. That's a defense. For the undisputed, then he's gonna move up. After that, Jamal is gonna move up. He's gonna try to get his feet wet in a 168-pound division with some bullshit ass fighter there. You know what I'm saying? Just like Andre did, and that's that.
Yeah, I think that's gonna happen too. I'm with you on that. Cause I mean, they all friends. Like they're two brothers, Spence and them friends. They not gonna fight, man. You know, I don't agree with it. I don't like friends in boxing. Fuck that shit. But You know, it is what it is, man. I see the same
So,
outcome.
I mean, if he never moves down, then that's even more of a reason, right? So if he doesn't move down, if he's done with this whole thing, right? If he's just stay at 154, then it would make even more sense for Keith Thurman to go and still fight Errol Spence there, so that he can still get a title shot at 147, because that will be a vacant belt.
And honestly speaking, even because Haplo made a good point, why don't they fight Thurman at 147? That's what I'm trying to say. It makes no sense to fight at 154. But if they were to fight
because who thinks Keith Thurman would be
if they were to fight at 147, though, if they were to fight at 147, it would still make him look bad because he can't make that fucking Terrence Crawford fight, and undisputed is more crowned than a fucking mandatory. It's more crowned than mandatory.
Let's get some facts with this. I think we've heard everybody's kind of speculation on it. If Keith Thurman was to fight for the vacant WBC welterweight champion, who would he be fighting against?
If he fights at WBC, then bro, it would have to be one of the top names. And so you're gonna fight Stanionis, Virgil Ortiz.
No, Stanionis is fighting. Stanionis and Virgil fighting for the WBA.
Because you're giving me a hypothetical, so I was giving you a hypothetical.
No, I'm saying, like, who is the actual in the WBC? Stanionis is fighting Virgil for the WBA.
Whoever pays the most.
In my opinion, I think Thurman will retire after this fight. I don't even think he's going to fight.
I hear you, but right now he is the mandatory for the WBC. So instead of we're all making a speculation and then acting like we know, and that's just for certain. And we may be correct and we may not be correct. I'm just more saying let's give the opportunity for us to be wrong.
Right? I don't know. I'm just asking
about it.
Yeah,
and say
we're just asking
let's
questions.
say for shits and giggles he doesn't retire and he is still the WBC welterweight mandatory. Who would he fight?
Let me see WBC rankings. 147.
I'm on my phone. I can't look that shit up right now, but I could tell you that that anybody that's ranked pretty much it's not gonna be it's not going to be somebody that everybody's going to have respect for unless you're fighting one of the top names.
Well, it goes back to my answer as to why he might have requested it.
Where's Butayev ranked?
I don't know.
Because Butayev would probably be a better response than Thurman at 154.
I mean, we can move on because my point is, it's probably a guy that Keith Thurman has a chance of winning against. Whereas if he fought Errol Spence, probably not.
Well, I mean, look,
Virgil Ortiz is number 2. Virgil Ortiz is number 2. Keith Thurman's number 1.
Yeah, Virgil Ortiz is fighting Stanionis though. So who's the number 3 guy? Who's after Virgil?
Number 3.
Keith Thurman. He said no.
Ugas.
You did Ugas, right?
Ugas is number 3.
You think Ugas? You think he's gonna retire instead of fighting Ugas for a vacant title? Y'all tripping.
It depends. It depends.
I think Spence gonna beat him down. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it depends if Spence knocks his head off his shoulders, like I expect him to do.
I think this is a cash out fight, man. I think this is Thurman's.
But those are two cash out fights. Those are two different conversations.
If he doesn't get severely hurt, then he can fight Danis Ugas, who's also a fucking mass unit, right?
Yeah, that's a possibility, but I'm saying how I think how it's gonna go. If it does go like that, so be it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But I'm just saying that's my opinion, man. That's how I think it's gonna go.
Yeah, I know. I'm not mad. Look, the reason I would even put 50 with Tony Boswell, because I respect Tony Boswell a lot. On the fight being competitive and it lasting the duration of the fight, is because I think that Keith Thurman right now is very underrated in the sense that just because he lost to Pacquiao for his first and only loss, everybody thinks that he's weak. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, he came back off of a long layoff and got clipped a couple of times against Josecito Lopez. But even in both of those fights, you've seen sparks of Keith Thurman. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget that he fucking that he beat Spence. Not Spence. Porter. He beat fucking Danny Garcia. He was beating everybody at the top of the line to be number 1. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the reasons that Errol Spence is mad at him, because he didn't want to fight him at the time when Keith Thurman was actually trying to go at Mayweather. You know what I mean? So it's a flip of the shit right now, where now Errol Spence, holds the belts and he wants to be the same way that Thurman was back back in the days to him. And so it's like a lot of it's a spite, animosity, shit like that. But it's still not boxing though. I want to see boxing. I don't give a fuck about all that little bitch shit on the side.
I'm a very simple guy. I just want to see the best fighters fight. I know it's a very old concept, and I know it's not in the modern times, with smoke and all that there. So with the modern times, I just want to see the best fight the best.
Yeah,
Right?
that's what I'm saying. I think Thurman ain't the best right now.
It's not that hard. It's not that hard to understand my mind,
now, bro.
So, hey, has anybody ever watched the Vinny Pazienza versus Roberto Duran at 168 pounds?
Yeah, I've seen that fight.
Yeah, I've seen it.
That's
Right.
another one. Like
that's what I'm
wasn't
just
the
saying. Like
best Duran.
boxing is this also.
No, I know that, but yeah.
Yeah, don't get me twisted. I've seen all the fights too that you were talking about, Smoke. It's just the point is I wanted to stay on the point. You know what I mean?
But
Roberto Duran fought. Point. But I'm trying to
Roberto Duran fought the best fighters.
I'm trying to tell you that is the point. Some fights are really political. They have a whole, but like the reason why they do the things they do, like Ricky Hatton, Manny Pacquiao, like they move between weights and all kinds of weird shit's involved in it, and it's just like
there's nothing. I got destroyed.
Fight, or maybe it's like politics. Like this is just like how boxing has been like since I'm a fucking kid. Really, it's like it really just like it's almost like a reflexive kind of thing. Like what did you think it would be like? I would think that there's two cash outs. You got two fucking possible money fights for Keith Thurman versus one.
Yeah,
because if he loses, he fights fucking Keith Spence at fucking 147, then the Ugas fucking payday for that fucking vacant, I think, goes away. Maybe he still gets another shot at Ugas, but probably not.
Yeah, but Roberto Duran fought the best fighters. And like a couple of
like 154, like 154 Thomas Hearns and Roberto Duran, like get the belt, like lead the belt off of it so Mike McCallum will get a shot. Like
Roberto Duran was the original Get the Smoke.
Yeah, welcome boxing, man. Like what you want from me?
But
the question is that like, people still talk about Hearns and
I just don't understand the way today's boxing. I do understand it's just boxing today has been pussified, not crucified, but pussified. I must come up with a pussified logo. So I don't know how to do a logo for a stream, so I must learn how to do a logo for a stream, something like pussified.
Yeah, I would have, if I was a boxer nowadays, bro, I would fucking have the old dudes from House Party pop up in the ring and be like, I smell pussy. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. Hey. So, hold up a second. Would you be saying the same thing if you fought Keith Thurman 147? So it's just like the division that's the issue?
If he fought him at 147, I would respect that because he's still fighting mandatory. I still think that, you know what I'm saying, both Bud and him need to make that fight, but I would respect him more because I feel like Thurman is more of an opponent at 147 than Avanesian was. Even though Avanesian was owed his dues, he was definitely owed his dues, and Bud wasn't on fight last year, which he wanted to fight, so he got his money. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's a cakewalk. That's a bag grab. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't get mad at them for that. But when it comes to Thurman, that's a better fight. Don't get me twisted. I understand that. But at 147, not at 154, you tripping now. There's no relevance to that. There's no relevance to that fight.
All right. So you don't think that regardless of what weight division it happens, right? Like, I'm not saying not regardless, but it's just a one weight class above that those guys aren't dangerous. Like Errol Spence is not a dangerous fight, and Keith Thurman is not a dangerous fight.
He has 3 belts at fucking 147. I'm not asking
about belts right now. I heard you about the belts.
That's what you should be asking about because everything else is irrelevant.
Because I have another one about the belts. That's a different thing. But right now, I'm just.
I'm not gonna lose the focus here. That and where you want to go.
Because you said pussy, right? So I'm trying to get to the pussy comment because I'm wondering if you think that pussy. Do you not think that these guys are dangerous at 154?
No, but you see what I'm saying? Like both of them are moving up, and it's to get away from Crawford. This dude, at least, Errol
Okay,
Spence.
that's what. Okay,
It's
I got you. All right, cool. All
Crawford.
right, I
That's
got
what
you.
I'm trying to
So
say.
I got that part. So I got you. All right, all right, all right. I'm no sweat. So the other part of it is, as a sanctioning body, are you inclined to think that the WBC is like a good one?
Oh, as a sanctioning body, man. Look, listen. We already understand that shit is the most corrupt, bro. Like, put it like this, Smoke. The one thing that we both agree on, and we've had conversations before, is that there needs to be a governing body over all these sanctioning bodies because they're full of shit right now. So don't
I'm
even
not
get me
sure that
caught up
that is
into
the
that
case, but
conversation because we both know they're
I
full of
don't
shit.
know the government. I don't know the government. But government is the answer. I was just like
Then
saying.
no,
It
there
sounds
needs
like
to
you're
be a
telling me
governing
no. You
body.
don't think
I didn't say the
any of these
government.
sanctioning
I said
bodies are good.
governing body.
No, right.
Yeah.
It just sounds like you're telling me that you're saying that you don't think any of the sanctioning bodies are good. So like that, and that's the crux of the argument that I don't. That for me, I find hard reconciling. Like how people can be so upset about this fight not happening for belts, but at the same time recognize that sanctioning bodies are full of shit.
Well, because undisputed, right? It has to do with all four sanctioning bodies and the fact that you become undisputed by fighting all the champions. So by using the sanctioning bodies and their corruption because they want one person to fight, they move somebody up, without actually any proof that they should be moved up to number one when they were number 10 last time
All
around.
right, so,
All that shit. Hold on, let me answer your question. So when the sanctioning bodies are doing all that bullshit that we can see, then yeah, we know they're full of shit. We know that they're out there just trying to collect their checks. We understand that. But at the end of the day, you're asking about the fighters themselves. The fighters are supposed to be fighting for legacy. Yes, they're prize fighters as well, right? But making that money comes after that legacy. If you're not trying to get your legacy, then I don't know what the fuck you're in the sport for because people that want to pay for you is because they want to see your legacy.
all right.
See,
You did two things right now, but you landed your plane. I'm not trying to hog the panel. I'll do this last thing, and then whoever. You said bullshit and shit. So like, if you have somebody scoops like, a quarter ton of bullshit onto your lawn. And then somebody else scoops another quarter ton of bullshit onto your lawn. So four
okay.
people scoop four bullshit on your lawn. Do you say because it's a ton of bullshit, it now has more significance
Can I?
because
I
it's
would say
more
I would
than
say that
one
I would say that I would say that your point
like
right there
load of
is
bullshit?
basically that ton of bullshit. That point right there that has nothing to do with boxing is a ton
No,
of
I mean
bullshit.
it
And
does because it's the sanctioning body. Because really, we're talking about if you think the sanctioning bodies are bullshit, why would unification be like not just a ton of bullshit?
oh, you had an analogy.
Why would being undisputed be not just a ton of bullshit? Like I don't understand.
Because in this occasion, and I 100% believe this, you have the two best fighters at 147 pounds going for undisputed, right? In Terrence Bud Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. Right? In my opinion, you have the two best 147-pound fighters in the world going to see who is the best 147-pound fighter in the world. That's why this fight would have made a lot of sense if it would have happened. That's why this fight would have, that's what it would have answered a lot of questions. So it would have, and you could say at the end of it, right? And I'm going to ask a genuine question here. At the end of these fighters' careers, this is for everyone on the panel. How many fighters can look back at the end of their careers and say that they fought the absolute best? They never ducked the challenge, right? And they went for it 100%.
I'm going to answer that right now, but big say so. I'm coming in the background on a different phone because this one's about to die. So literally, I'm entering the studio right now on my other phone. So give me 1 second, real quick, because I definitely got answers. I'll tell you right now, Nonito Donaire is one.
Yep,
Nonito
I agree with that.
But hold on. Start.
Loma.
Okay.
But there's
right,
not many.
studio. I'm leaving.
Loma Django. Lomachenko.
You
Loma.
heard me?
Yeah, I can hear
we
you.
can hear you.
All right, perfect. Yeah, I left my other phone. Okay.
That's better there. That's better, son.
Yeah, I think he thought I was yelling at him. I wasn't trying to yell at Smoke, man. I just that my old phone is an older phone and it sounds real rowdy. You know what I'm saying? Plus, I'm loud anyway. But
Yeah,
I wasn't trying to yell at him. I was literally just like upset at what he was trying to say, which is Thurman wanted to fight at one. Why would the fuck would Thurman want to fight at one? That doesn't make any fucking sense. But anyway,
but doesn't that make sense though? Doesn't that make sense that the reason it's not even about the government bodies with the Errol Spence Jr. and Bud Crawford fight? For me, it's the two best fighters at this weight, two best fighters in the world at this weight, going one on one. And for me, that was the genuine point. That's why this fight was more important to make than a lot of other fights that, you know, even undisputed fights that were bullshit, right? That were one sided. One guy had the belt and the other guy had three belts, you know, and that guy was clearly better than the other guy, right? For me, this is the two best fighters at this weight stepping in the ring one on one, saying I'm the best, and I'm going to prove I'm the best because generally that's for me how boxing should be, right?
And
if
Brian,
you believe you're the best, prove it.
And Brian,
it's not that
whole
hard,
point
right?
is,
If you believe it.
The whole point is that here's the thing: when it comes to undisputed, they can't force, because if you're a champion in one sanctioning body, they can't. You're not ranked in the other sanctioning body, so you're not a mandatory.
I'm not talking about forcing. I'm talking about these fighters having pride.
I know you're not saying that. What I'm trying to connect is here that so now Thurman is the mandatory, right, at 147. Now you want to fight him at 154. There's no mandatory there for Errol Spence. That's what I'm trying to say. So you prefer to make this fight at 154 than to make a fight with Bud Spence, Bud Crawford and Errol Spence at 147. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense, any of it.
Yeah, it's just a fucking mess. That's all it is. It's a fucking mess. But I'm going back to that question. I don't know if you heard it, Smoke. How many fighters, right, at the end of their career can look themselves in the mirror and say, I fought the best fighters. I'm the best fighter. I'm the best fighter in the world at my weight divisions. Whatever weight divisions. Boxing today, how many can you name at the end of their careers? And this goes for everyone on the panel.
How many boxers what?
How many boxers can you name at right now who are fighting right now at the end of their career say, I fought the best fighters in my weight class. I fought the best fighters in the world. I didn't duck anyone.
Yeah. I'll speak. Look, and by the way, Black and Brown, the link is on the top. It's pinned to the top. But what's call it? Like I said, Nonito Donaire. I would say Vasily Lomachenko as well. I would say Triple G pretty much fought everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, we have that whole situation with Andre and Charlo, but he pretty much fought everybody in their weight class. You know what I'm saying? Canelo fought everybody. Well, you talking about active fighters, right? So let me just be
active right now.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about yesteryear. I'm talking about right now.
Man, I can't say the same for AJ because he didn't fight Wilder.
Okay, so for me, like when it comes to undisputed, like I example is right. You have
You're
two
breaking
guys.
up, Smoke.
Oh damn! How about now?
Yeah. Okay, you're grand now. You're grand now. Yeah.
All right. Cool. So Devin Haney, right? Undisputed champion. People said he beat nobody. Right? It's not like people like gave him. He didn't get on the pound for pound list. None of that shit.
Who?
Devin Haney.
Oh no! But you're talking about there is a big crowd that says that, but not every channel.
No, I'm just talking about like the idea of like trying to determine like who is the best versus because they have all the belts.
Yeah, no, I like Haney a lot, bro. For me personally, he's in my top 10.
Yeah, but people say that like Shakur beats him and Tank beats him. So like, how is that like? because he has all the belts, make him the best. Like
I
you know,
don't know
like
that.
either
I don't know that.
and when let's say when Fury was like out, right, and Wilder and AJ were at the top of the game, even though he had no belts, people felt like he was he was an undefeated champion in people's minds, and they both had to come see him in order to prove that they were the best, even though he had no belts.
Yeah, I don't know that any of them beat him right now because of the fact that he's a little older than them, and he has a longer reach advantage, and he's a very skilled boxer. I don't know that any of them beat him right now.
I mean, I'm just saying, even back then, they would have had to see him. Like, even if they fought each other and would have been undisputed, they still would have to see Tyson Fury to prove that they were the best.
Oh no, I was still talking about Haney, but Tyson Fury.
Yeah, but even like Haney and Tyson Fury. I was just giving like a couple of examples, right, before I got to a different example about like the undisputed thing, about like how the undisputed thing is like kind of.
Yeah, but,
I mean,
but for me,
it's relative,
but for
right?
me, right, it's just at the 147 pound. For me, it's the two best fighters in the world going up against each other. So I wouldn't even give a shit if undisputed was on the line. But the fact is, it is on the line, and you got the two best fighters in that weight class. You know.
Okay, so let me ask
you. And the fact is, they probably won't fight.
Do you think that? Do you think that if they fought at 154, then that would be like less interesting for you?
For me? Oh, for Brian.
Keith Thurman and or no, not Keith. No. Spence and Crawford.
Yeah.
It depends, right? It depends how both acclimate to the weight. If both of them are at their best at that weight, then no, I wouldn't have a problem with the fight. If one is great at that weight and the other one struggles at that weight, then yeah, I'd have more of a problem with that. Mm-hmm. You know, it depends how you both acclimate to the weight.
You know, I would say part of that is that, but also are they fighting for belts? Because if it's not for a belt, then I don't give a fuck about it.
Yeah, but even at 147 pounds, right? This is what I mean. For me, it's the two best fighters in the world at that weight, and that's why I wanted to see it. Right? It's not even the fact that it was for the belts, right? It's just the two best fighters in the world at that weight, and I just wanted to see who number one was. You know, it's not even that hard to figure out as a boxing fan, because there's days I think Bud Crawford wins, and other days I think Errol Spence Jr. wins.
Right? Yeah, I mean, for me, it's just the fighters on the night for me, and the quality of the fight.
Yeah,
like really,
you know what I mean. Like I could see styles how both win and how both lose. So it's very simple, and it's technically for me a 50-50 fight
versus Tim. Yeah, I totally don't care what the stakes were for Provodnikov Bradley. I just don't care.
Yeah,
or like Ron Lyle, and or like. Really, Fandura Lubin. I don't care if that was for no belt.
Yeah, no, they're good. They're good. They were great fights.
Those are different things. Yeah, those are different things. They weren't fighting for it.
It's not for my point. My point is I'm taking
it away from Undisputed, though.
But I said,
I said Undisputed, but people have already taken away from Undisputed. They talk about the weakest runs and all that stuff. People talk about Canelo's run, they take away from Undisputed. When people talk take away from Undisputed, people like they mythologize like is it and really Devin Haney, like people almost gave him no respect. He had to keep telling people that he was undisputed, like even on their own network to broadcast his fights. Like, bro, like this whole idea of like mythologizing Undisputed, like I got it, I hear you. That's cool for some fans. Some fans do when it comes to some fights and some fight, and I'm not mad at
Smoke. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question based on what you said.
Right?
I'm just saying if it's
let me ask you a question.
It's about the weight.
This is a legitimate question.
Think of it this way: when Josh Taylor and Jose Ramirez fought, right?
Amazing fucking running it for Undisputed.
Yeah, when Josh Taylor and Jose Ramirez fought, right? That fight wasn't even broadcasted in the UK. No broadcaster, right? When they fought for Undisputed, no broadcaster in the UK picked that fight up.
But not only was that a great run to Undisputed, but it was a good fight, and like maybe almost a great fight, but it's a really good fight. Not quite a great fight, but a good fight.
Let me ask Smoke a question though, real quick, man. Look, so Smoke, just to be clear, are you trying to say that Undisputed should not be as popular, like as recognized, and as I don't know, championed as it should be in boxing. Because if not, then I don't know what we watching boxing for.
Right.
I don't know
So,
what
like
we
I
boxing.
said,
Why we
like there's
debating
a what I'm
boxing
saying is there's a
if you don't
contingent
want to watch
of
Undisputed?
fans. Okay. I'm saying
Well,
there's a
right
contingent of
now,
fans. There's a contingent of fans that care about Undisputed all the time, always, and are always
Well,
looking for
that's a part
Undisputed.
of the sport, though.
There's some
If
of
you
the
like
there's
football,
fans.
if you like
Let me finish,
football,
bro. Can I
hold on. But if
finish
you
my
like
question,
football, you
bro?
want
Like,
the Super
goddamn,
Bowl.
I don't need an example, bro. Can I
But
just get to my
then stop
question?
telling me about
I
other
don't
fights that have nothing to do
need
with
a
this one.
million examples to answer like why the thing about
But
Undisputed.
you're giving me
Been
a
watching
million
fucking sport
examples
for
talking
40
about all
fucking
types of
for
fights that have
goddamn
nothing
4
to do with the
decades.
fight we're
Can I
talking
just
about.
get it? No, again, like I said, when it comes to Undisputed, because that's what your question was, not about this particular fight, but about Undisputed in general. When it comes to that concept, like that thing, there are some fans that care about
No,
that and that only. For me,
you
I am a
misunderstood
fight
my
fan
point. Then
primarily. I am a fight fan
you
primarily, not
misunderstood
a.
my point because the
Okay.
undisputed conversation
Holy
started
shit!
off of this being at 154. You see, you
What?
trying to divert attention away from the
You
fact
asked me
that
a
the whole
question
point
about
has
what
always
you
been
asked me
since
about.
the beginning of me.
Do you
When I
not even
clicked the link,
remember
the
the
whole
question
point
you asked
was
me?
that you were talking about 154 that is justifiable and it's not. There should
Okay,
be
again,
a
holy shit,
undisputed
bro.
fight, and if you're gonna fight your mandatory to get the shit out of the way, okay, cool. But it should still be undisputed at 147. Period. And if you're fighting this dude at 154, there's no relevance to 147. I don't understand the fucking point. You see what I'm saying? Or what you're talking about all these other fighters and all these other fucking analogies that you're trying to make fit. They don't fit, bro. They don't fit.
Okay, you asked me if Undisputed should be championed. So I was trying to answer the question that you asked me, not about 154 pounds being undisputed. So I don't know what the fuck you think is going on in your mind, but bro, you need to chill the fuck out.
yeah. Hey, can I ask Smoke one question? I want a quick answer. Do you believe at 154, Earl Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford at 147 pounds? Terence
What'd you say?
Terence Crawford and Earl Spence Jr. are the two best fighters.
I think I think they'd have to fight Charlo and maybe Fondor to prove that thing.
No, 147.
Right? All right, 147. Yeah, I think they're the two best. Yes, definitely.
Yeah. So that means you'd want to, do you not want to know who the better fighter is?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's just as simple as that.
Oh yeah. No,
I
that's
think
one of the
we made
best
our
fights
point
about.
there.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
one of the best fights about. Yeah.
Yeah, right. As simple as that. Here, 150. I'm not wrenched. So
Yeah, I wrenched you over already, bro.
did you?
Yeah.
Good man.
Don't worry about it, bro. Get the smoke. Don't have me wrenched over there, but he's wrenched on my channel because you don't like when I fucking bring that
What?
smoke to him.
No, it's not. It's not. It's not.
You've
It's
not
not
jumped
that.
on my
Yeah.
panel not one time. You've not
Yeah.
jumped on my
No,
panel
Just
not
because
on.
one time.
you go live early, bro. You
What
go
do you
live
mean?
early, man.
What do you mean?
What the fuck?
The only thing you said was peace a couple of times and bones out.
No,
Like what the hell?
I say what up, and I talk to the channel. I talk to people in the channel that know me. Say what's up to them and shit like that.
Smoke come from you. Is the point? I've seen you
Nah,
bounce
I
and
don't.
come out a couple
You're
of
right.
times.
I
And like
can't bring the
if you
smoke
came
on a weekday.
around, I'd
I can't, bro.
probably rinse you up. If you came
Bro,
around
I
as much as
I
to my
cannot
channel
bring
as
the
much as I
smoke
came
on
to
a
yours,
weekday,
then
bro. I
you'd
can't come
probably
in the
rinsed up
fucking middle of
long
the day on
time
a
ago.
weekday, bro.
That's
I
first
mean,
off.
I know you on
I
Medicare
know.
and shit like that, but I'm not. You know what I'm saying?
I get you.
my
Maybe
shit
if
is
I
like,
could be part of your morning commute. I'm
not on
on it. I
Medicare
started
yet, Smoke.
4:20 in the morning. The hell.
I know. I could tell.
Like I started
Motherfucker be live for
4:20 in
12
the
hours from
morning, bro.
4:20 and shit. He ends
Yeah, I'm
before
just
I fucking
saying.
get off of
Like
work.
that's my thing. Like I do my thing. I'm just saying. Like at some point, you can tune and say what's up. All I'm saying is, if I showed up to
I
yours,
come on every fucking time I see you live and I say what up, bro.
I mean, I hear you. I understand every time you see me. That is just
Nah, fuck that
less
shit,
often
man.
than
I'm gonna
I
take
am
away
on.
your wrench,
That's all.
motherfucker. When you come say what
I'm
up,
just
I'm
telling
gonna
you,
ignore your
I
ass.
can't give you a wrench if you're not around, man. Like I've seen
I
you
don't want a
twice.
wrench,
Like
motherfucker. I
that's
was
it.
just joking. I don't
And
want a
you
wrench.
brought
You
no
think I want a
smoke.
wrench on
You
your
didn't
shit?
come up to the panel. You
Fucking
didn't join the panel. I don't know why your conclusion is I don't want the smoke. You brought zero smoke to my channel. Like, come on, man.
Yo, you don't bring that shit to my channel neither, though. You don't bring that shit to my channel neither, though. You know better. You know better. You know better.
Only been nice. You've been nice and respectful. I'm like, oh my God, Major Key is such a great guy. He's such a respectful dude. I can't wait for him to hit the link so we can chop up a little boxing. It just hasn't happened. That's all I thought. But I don't know. But now you seem to be very fucking aggravated by this whole like 154 Keith Thurman fight. I don't know, man.
No, because it's bullshit. That's why it's bullshit. It's bullshit. I'm not paying for this shit. And they're doing it at pay-per-view. Did you talk about that? It's pay-per-view. Fuck out of here, bro.
Hey, what do you want to wrench, Major Key?
No, I don't want to wrench. Actually, I don't want to wrench.
Okay, so hold up a second. Let me ask you something.
Brian brought it up, so I brought it up. Brian brought it up, so I brought it up. Hey, Smoke's had a wrench since day one on my channel, bro. It don't even matter if you give me a wrench or not. Because guess what? No. Guess what? I got people on his channel, so if I get sniped by somebody, they're gonna bring me right back because I already got people's on his channel. So it's not even a problem.
When just show up. I'll give you a wrench, Major Key. It's not anything personal. God,
I don't want a wrench now. Now I don't want a wrench. Fuck your fucking wrench.
You don't want a wrench. Okay.
I'll give it to Smoke. He will show up.
Like, if you want one, you got one, bro. But if you don't want the responsibility,
I'm trying to compliment
stopping all that like porn shit that they try to spam the chat with. If you don't want that great responsibility, you don't have to sit by the doors, right? Like But I still give wrench. You still be in the blue suit. Just somebody. So you can bring that smoke about like how it doesn't matter because it's not for belts.
I promise you this. Next time I pop up, if you see a what up from me with the 2 keys and a crown, then I'm gonna click the link. How about that?
Oh, okay. All right. Handsome brother. You can just click the link. Like I don't give a fuck. You have to announce shit like this, man. Like okay.
No. This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing now.
Maybe I'll remember.
Since you want to come out with the
live.
Okay. Keith Thurman.
Are you still talking?
Hey, hold on, bro. Hold on.
Hey, Smoke. Hey, Major Key's giving Major Key's giving you a puzzle for next time he's gonna go on your panel. 2 keys, a crown.
Hey, hold on, bro. Fuck up.
Word up. A Raider hat. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on, bro. Hey, hold up, man. Damn, I've been trying to talk this whole time, bro. Shit, man, I shouldn't be doing that to my own fucking channel, bro. Look, like I'm trying to say, yo, hold on, bro. What is you doing?
Sorry, 150.
Come on, bro. I'm letting y'all talk the whole time, bro. I'm not saying shit, bro. I let y'all chop it all the time. I can't get word in. Come on, bro. Let's be grown men here. All I'm saying is in the chat, stop talking about fucking wrenches. What is going on? Why is people crying about wrenches? What is going on here? Why is everyone crying about the wrenches, bro? What's going on? Who saying they don't want a wrench? They want a wrench. This guy want a wrench. Someone doing this around. I don't give a shit, man. I'm sorry.
My bad. I brought that up probably. My bad.
Now Raider left. He feel hurt and shit. Man, Raider, get your ass back on here, man. It's no smoke, man. I just wanted to say something, bro. Damn, bro.
I ain't mad at Hyphy in the chat. He's a Hyphy talking shit. You know what I'm saying? Talking about that I'm begging for a wrench. You know what I'm saying? I ain't mad. It's so. Oh, what's up, Roland? Damn.
Major Key, what up, baby? Everybody,
I'll give one thing to Smoke. He's always ready up for the bit.
I'm just trying to figure out this crazy world. You know?
No, the thing about with Smoke is if you're gonna debate Smoke, you better have like a good hour free, for sure.
Okay.
7 hours.
Just listening to him talk.
I mean, listen. That's pretty much what I asked my wife for before I jumped on the phone, and now we're at the end of the hour, and we haven't gotten anywhere. So me and my wife have to go to the store. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna listen for maybe 15 more minutes. But yeah, now me and my wife got to go to the store because Smoke took up all the time.
The strawberry.
That's what you need is another.
Hey, make sure to buy some eggs, bro. They're cheap right now.
Now we hustling them shits out here, bro. You know what I'm saying? We got 2
That
for
shit's like
$5
ten
out here,
dollars.
bro.
That's like $10 for a fucking 12-pack right here of eggs now.
That shit is cheap, bro. If you go by the beach, bro, 2 for $5, bro. 2 for 5 eggs, man. By the beaches out here.
2 for $5.
My Niners are smashing Seattle. Absolutely.
Hey, who's winning that game right now? I thought it was tied.
Like 31. What is it? Nah, hell no. We're up like.
Shit, when I went to Oakland,
like 31,
fucking Smoke was
24.
scratching his arms and shit, asking me for 2 for $5, bro.
Let me see. I just missed it. It came back in. Ooh, bird. It's cold outside.
Man.
Hey, but who's fighting tonight? Nobody?
Jog Day.
Yeah, a few people.
F.A. Jabba and Stephen Shaw.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that on Showtime or what?
No, it's on ESPN Plus.
Oh, ESPN. All right. I might check that out.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, so you are you also like signing a petition to boycott the Keith Thurman Aerosmith fight? Are you part of
That's
that?
not even boycott.
That
It's
grassroots
just
movement.
it's just to look into the business practices of the WBC, WBO, WBA, and IBF.
Yeah, I'm not gonna watch it. That's for sure.
I'm not gonna pay for it. I'm gonna watch
Hey,
it. But
honestly, man,
I'm not even gonna watch it.
Fight. Look, Raider. Anybody? I mean, I feel what you're saying because you know, like that's how I feel right now too. But I had fucking smoked the bowl, and then I got it was a good one too because I instantly jumped for some reason. I fast forwarded till about 2 weeks, 3 weeks before the fight, and I'm like, man, that fucking media shit's gonna be fucking hype. I was like, fucking Thurman's gonna look good too, man. You know he is.
Thurman's gonna get knocked out, bro. That's like almost 100% sure.
I'll tune in just to see Furman's head roll off his shoulders.
Think about it, bro. There's gonna be a 154, so Thurman's gonna be heavier, bro. He's not gonna be able to move as much. It's gonna be heavier feet.
Yeah. And if you ask me who gets harder, Spence.
Body shots are gonna stop him.
It's 17-31. It's
fuck up.
It rated 17-31.
Yep. Yeah. Spence is gonna knock Furman's head off his shoulders, and he's gonna use it as a bonus.
I know.
So
how many before he gets knocked out? How many rounds?
5, round 5 or 6.
Nah, I think he'll run a little bit longer. I think he'll make.
I think as soon as Spence hits him, I think it's pretty much over.
I got Spence stopping
goes
Thurman
10.
in 8. I got Spence stopping Thurman in 8, man.
8?
I got him in 10.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
8 or 9. 8 or 9. Yeah. 8 or 9.
It's just how fast. It's just how fast.
If Thurman believes, man. If Thurman believes, he can fucking win this fight. He gotta believe in shit. He gotta remember and shit.
That's the
man.
thing,
Fucking
Roland. That's
Spence
the
hasn't
thing.
been through fucking everything and all of things. Spence hasn't been through everything and all of things. What the fuck you guys talking about right now?
Yeah.
That's
He very well
the
could
thing,
go
bro.
12 too. He could go 12. Like he went 12 with Danny. He went 12 with Porter. Could go 12 with Thurman too.
It's gonna go 12. Fuck yeah, it's gonna go 12, man.
No, I don't think that fight's going
It could
12.
go 12.
But
I don't think that one's going 12.
it's gonna go 12.
Especially at 54,
and Thurman,
I think Spence gonna be stronger. Nah, man.
Man, Thurman's gonna be stronger, man. Like Thurman looks like he's stronger than Spence, man. Thurman lost.
I'm trying to tell you, Thurman fans believe. I'm trying to tell you guys earlier, man. Like,
Come on, man.
Thurman fans
He's
out there
way
that
bigger
believe.
than this guy, man.
That Thurman train, bro. That shit's long gone, homie.
Yeah, Thurman ain't the same fighter. That's the whole thing here. He's not the same fighter that he used to be, man. I just feel like Earl Spence got his.
It's not one time no more, bro. It's once upon a time, bro.
But I'm gonna say this though. I have to say this. You guys are absolutely 1,000% right. but I'm just gonna say Errol Spence is not the same dude either. And what I'm trying to say is what I'm trying to say is that Errol Spence may in some way because remember he couldn't knock out Mikey Garcia. You know what I'm saying? He looked to me robotic against Ugas, even though he did a great job, but he looked really really robotic the way that he implemented that plan. And if he tries to do that with somebody that's a natural boxer like a Thurman, I feel like you're gonna get different results. And that's just me observing. So I may be wrong. I may lose $50 to Tony Boswell, and I may be wrong, and I'll eat my crow if that's the case. But what I'm trying to tell y'all is what my vision is telling me, what my brain is telling me, is that this is a better fight than what y'all think it's gonna be.
Yeah.
I think 154 Spence is gonna look better than 147.
Wait a second. If you think it's a better fight,
He look way better at 154 Spence because he can't even make fucking 147 no more. He's like, did you see the picture of how he?
I didn't say a weight. I didn't say a
looks?
weight. I'm just saying. I didn't say a weight. I'm just saying that this is a good fight between them two. Now, however, when it comes down to the weight, it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant unless they're moving up.
Yeah, no, but it's
a good
I
fight,
mean,
man. Like
Spence. Have you seen that picture of that fool? That fool looks like he's like 170 pounds, bro. That fool's gonna have to cut like at least.
Went off though. I'm sorry. I apologize.
He's gonna have to cut like 16 pounds, bro, right now. When is that fight? In April?
Yeah.
Damn, so that fool got what, 3 months?
Yeah, I think so. Bro,
got 3 months.
I think so.
Oh no, he got cut 170, bro. That fool. He probably got to cut like 25 pounds right now, bro. Oh no, nah, 15 pounds. Yeah.
154. Yeah, 15 pounds probably ain't shit.
I guarantee you, if the fucking fight gets signed, man, next week, 2 months into
Is it not signed yet? I thought it was signed, sealed, and delivered.
You're gonna be like,
nah, I don't think there's no formal. I don't think it's official. I think they that's in talks.
Geez, we're going down. We're going down the same fucking road as we're going down the same fucking road as Bud Crawford and.
We're just trying to fucking have fun.
Everything,
Come on.
Hey, everything is all talk, bro. Like always, whatever happens.
He's right though. We're going down the same rabbit hole.
You know,
here we're talking about this fight, man. This might not fucking happen.
Yeah, exactly.
My God. Hey, I thought it was signed, sealed, and fucking delivered.
Nah, not that I know of.
Oh my God.
Yo, who's eating chicharrones, bro?
That's probably fucking what's his name? That's not me. That's probably Roland.
Roland, you eating chicharrones,
No. I got the bong in my hand still. Nope.
Okay, all right.
Smoke, you eating
chicharrones, bro? You eating chicharrones?
Smoke.
So Smoke don't know what that is, bro.
I mean,
he does eat some okra.
I'm eating right now. I'm having some salami and pepper
jack. What is it? What do they call it in English? Pig cracklings?
What'd you say?
Yeah, cracklings. Yeah, that's what they call them.
What do they call it in English?
Crack pork, man. Come on,
pig
pork skins, pig pork skins.
Crackling pork.
Yeah, no, I know.
It's like it tastes better when it's fresh, bro. Just make them instead of buying them from a bag. Put a little bit of lemon and tapatio, tortilla, couple brewskis.
Yo, Roland, I thought you was gonna fight, bro. I thought you was gonna fight on Border Wars early this month.
To tell you, like I've seen some of the most outlandish snacks in some of the Mexican stores in LA. That fish, like crawfish, like some sort of fish head thing, and chili pepper. I don't know. There was a shrimp thing too.
Yeah, the one in the little bag.
You guys have some weird fucking snacks.
It's just dry.
Yeah. I'm getting better at that.
All right, with the beer, little snack.
Roland, was you gonna fight earlier this year, or what?
Hey, I'll
want
be
to
back,
fight.
guys. I'll be back.
Border
I'll be
Wars
back.
for sure. Yeah, I
You
definitely
delayed.
do
You
want
delayed
to.
like a motherfucker.
Where'd you? Yeah, I definitely want to. Sure. Yeah, I definitely want to, Major Key. Thank you for asking me. I feel like I'm being interviewed right now. Yes, February 25th, Las Vegas. Border Wars. I want to fight, but I don't know if I can just yet. I got to get cleared by my doctor, the medical staff. So no, but I kind of do though. Holy shit, I'm stupid, but I
Are
kind of
you in
do.
training?
But yeah, it's going down. It's going down.
Are you in
So
training? Are you training for it?
mentally.
Yeah,
Mentally?
Roland is drinking right now. He's not fucking training. This motherfuckers like training on how to answer questions when people say, "Hey, so people say you look like Burt Reynolds. Are you really happy about your success or what, Roland?" And he's like, "Take a shot,
I say yes, I
shot,
am.
shot, shot."
Come on, you fucking dick. I don't even roll that way no more. You know that.
What?
I was on a
Drinking?
goddamn fucking. I was on a drinking device for like fucking 6 months, man. No,
You just showed
you
us
know
a
how many
bottle,
people I
bro. What are you
know.
lying for? You just showed us a bottle.
You know how many people I know. Yeah, because I'm off that shit now. You know what I'm saying? But you know how many people I know who are on that shit that fucking got that cut their shit off because they were like, fuck that. They're like, I'm not. They're like for one, you know, I started getting irritated by just being on it and shit. I felt entrapped. I mean, I know I heard a few reasons, but anyways, so I'm saying, man, go 6 months on that shit. You probably couldn't do it. So what are you talking
Here
about? You know what
here
I
on
mean? Without
midnight.
drinking and shit, like, come on now, man.
Here on 11:59 p.m. I had 3 pints of whiskey lined up for me to drink that last minute, which I drank. I haven't had a drink since. Happy with that.
That's good. I don't.
Yeah,
bro.
That's very good for you, Brian.
I know.
But I don't
I know.
let the drink control me. All
Yeah,
right.
nah, right?
I drink
It's not even
hot
control, right?
I drink a goddamn drink after 6 months and shit.
Yeah,
I can drink a goddamn
I'll
drink, man.
yeah, I'll be 40 next month. I don't want to be an alcoholic my whole life. Right? But no,
No,
I
no,
had 3 pints of
hey,
whiskey
hey,
lined up for me at midnight. I drank them. I just right before midnight, I drank them. So once I hit 11:59, down the first one, second one, third one, went on to midnight, said my happy New Year's, and that was me. That's me. That's the last time I ever have a drink again. The last time I'll have a drink will be on my
man.
deathbed. So next time I take a drink. So
Well, I guess so. That's how it makes you feel. I mean, then I guess, and
I always said
I should make
though.
it. I mean,
Yeah, I always said right. I'd stop
I
drinking
love this right now.
before I got to 40. So that's what I'm doing.
Do it.
Yeah,
Do
no, I've done it.
it.
I'm done it. You do not know my willpower, and I won't have a drink again until I'm on my deathbed, and I'll be like, "Where's my pint of whiskey?"
Nice.
How
How about this? How about the next time we drink? How about the next time we drink will be when we're hanging out at a fight a year from now. You
That'd
gotta
be
stop drinking right now.
that'd be cool. That'd actually be cool. So,
Right? That'd be
yep.
cool, wouldn't it? Fuck yeah, that'd be the shit, man. That'd be the shit. Man, we should do that, man. Seriously, I'd love to do that.
Yeah.
I'll be part of it too, though. we'll set a realistic goal. And be like, man, like I just did 6 months right now because I had to, you know. I can do that shit with free will. I don't got to be on a fucking device to stop drinking, man, to prove my power. I got the power in me, man. The power's been put in me. Master designer, God, motherfuckers. Oh, excuse my language. Oh shit! Ah!
Hawker, I quit smoking. I quit smoking like 5 years ago. So
Oh shit! Forgive me.
yeah, you do not know my willpower. If I say I'm doing something, I'm doing it. So.
Oh, yeah. We got this,
Jesus.
man. 100%, 35%.
Oh, Cora
Baby.
versus. Oh my God. Yeah.
You're the best.
Okay.
You're the best, man. You got to get out there,
Norman
didn't you?
Jr.
That was good, man.
Yeah.
That
Yep.
was good. He said,
This
please, you had to.
here, Norman Jr. Here's going in for the kill. He's just letting his hands go. Fucking hell. Korea, I should say, not Kara. Korea. See, I'm watching the boxing right now, so.
Who's fighting
I'm
right
watching
now?
San Francisco or Seattle.
Okay. Norman Jr. versus Korea. It's only an 8 round.
Yo, what's up, Roland?
What up, man? Hey, Lucky
First
Lou.
round.
What he do? That guy, hacker motherfucker, what's up? Man?
Okay. Here, ref, you're going to have to stop this because Korea's getting destroyed here.
What? That's that KSI card, bro.
No. This is the FAO Jabba card.
Oh, that card. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You think I'd watch the KSI card when there's legit boxing on?
I know you're not watching that, Brian. I thought it was still on right now.
I ain't watching that shit.
Yeah, fuck that shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't blame no one watching the Java card. I'm just not watching. I'm not really excited for that, to be honest.
Sam, I think a Jabba puts him out in free round.
Yeah, I think a Jabba gonna put him out early.
Yeah. You know, so not too excited about that, but yeah. It is what it is.
Yo, Dick Justice, what's up, man? That guy, Hollow type, what's good?
DJ.
I'll go Mustang.
I'll be back, y'all. I'll be back. I gotta go to the store, man. Shout out to you. I'll be back in a minute.
Oh, all right, Major Key.
All right. Sure.
Yeah.
Major ain't coming back. No leaves, man.
Nah, he ain't.
Hey, you guys watch? Hey, you guys fucking right. Hey, you guys watching the NFL? You guys watching the playoffs though?
No, I don't watch
football.
No, I don't watch it.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't watch the NFL, man.
I didn't grow up with it, you know. So.
I feel you guys.
Maybe if I would have grown up with it,
I used to be into hardcore. Okay. Oh, what? Say it again, Brian. Say it again. One more time.
I said I didn't grow up with it, so you know, like maybe if I would have, you know, maybe I would watch it, but nah. You know, like even basketball, like I watched some basketball. My brother's a massive fan, you know, but me, like I'll watch it casually. I'm not, you know, I don't know every player, every team, and all that.
If you look at football, it's a great art. It really is, you know. It's a lot of skills, man. It's a lot of art, you know. It really, you know, like basketball too, though, man. Basketball, a lot of wind, man. But honestly, and although it doesn't have to be a lot of wind, it can be like a lot of like soccer. It's all about, you know, like why you gotta run up and shit. Like sometimes the shooting guard should run up quicker than the you know, like run up court and shit. You know, than the fucking obviously the point forward or even the point guard or whatever, or vice versa. Like I don't know. You work it out to where it's not even so much wind. Even probably. I don't know, man. It is. Yeah, I see what you're saying though. Overall, in general, you would think, you know. Yeah, the fucking. I'm watching San Francisco versus Seattle right now. It looks like it's over, obviously. 17-38, 17-28, 38. Ooh, 17, 17, 27, 37, 21 points. Done.
Yeah.
Done. All right? Fucking son of gun buns.
Yeah. Well, this fight shuffled
It's
down
crazy.
after.
So I was just hanging. Oh, my bad, man. My bad, Brian. But I
No,
was just
saying this
hanging out
fight
at my
shuffled down
friend's
after
house.
Norman Jr.'s start.
What
Shuffled down a bit.
Norman Jr. can wait. Let me, son. I need to vent something real quick. YTBC. So no, I'm just playing around. No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying
I'm
Norman
just
Jr. came out the first 30 seconds of this fight just throwing ladder, trying to get this guy out of here, and it's settled down now. You know, we're into the second round,
okay.
so yeah.
Norman Jr. You think Norman Jr. got okay? Damn, I wish I could see that. I can see nothing right now. Thinking about life, man. You know. So no, but I'm just joking. Hey, my fucking I was at my homeboy's house, and then next thing you know, I'm fucking sitting there, and my friend's like, man, come on, man, I'm gonna take you home and shit. I'm like, what? I'm
Yeah.
like, motherfucker, and then he was
Is the
like,
Jabba British?
you're being you're being contradictive and shit.
Yeah.
Because I understand, man, like,
Is
that shit's
Effie Jabba
it's
British?
crazy. Who? Abu Jabba?
Effie Jabba, isn't he British? I think he is.
No.
I was hoping this fight would
I let you
be
talk forever, Brian.
over around
God
midnight,
damn.
but
I let you talk forever. I say something for like 10 fucking seconds. You interrupt me, Brian. What the fuck, man? People have no respect no fucking more. I'm just joking. I love you, man. Fuck you. I love you, man.
yeah.
Fuck you. I'm just joking.
Fuck
But it's the
you,
truth,
man.
though. People don't know, man.
Fuck you.
Holy shit, man. I let you talk forever and shit. I can't fucking say something if I get cut off for 10 fucking seconds, guy. I was trying to say, man, this is some bullshit. All right? Bullshit. I was at my fucking friend's house, and they said, no, I'm fucking getting wielded away and shit. And the reason why I know my friend felt bad and he like a dumbass because he fucking drove me around town getting my fucking